And Thrive Fantasy is here for you. Over $50,000 in prizes for week one, starting with a $10,000 guaranteed event for the opening Thursday night game, followed by another $20,000 event on football Sunday. And as always, the fun touchdowns only $10,000 event on Sunday. Add in a couple more games, $50,000 in guaranteed prizes. Enter our code, the other team, all one word, when you deposit $20 or more and receive an extra $20 of Thrive credit. Prop up with Thrive Fantasy now. Week one is around the corner. I know there are two gentlemen in here who have a great birthday that weekend. I'm just going to throw it out there to all the listeners. You know, September 12th might be an important day.
Oh, these guys. Aha.
You know what I'm saying? It's a good looking guy over there.
Yeah.
Before we have fun today, it sucks that we have to do this again. Something serious happened in the world in the past couple days, depending on when you end up listening to this episode. Jacob Blake was gunned down, another unarmed black man, by the Kenosha, Wisconsin Police Department. It is said he was trying to break up a fight between two women when the cops rolled up, and per usual, things were not handled correctly, and he was shot 7 times after being tasered. It's just it's one of those things again where if you do not speak on it and you do not address it to people, then it goes unnoticed and things won't be fixed. The world has changed forever after George Floyd, at least in my eyes. It was something that really changed how a lot of the country, I mean, it was only, honestly, the one thing George Floyd did, it showed that we can become together, because it was the only time I ever saw all 50 states do something in unison. All 50 states protested. Countries around the world during a pandemic decided to leave their house, mask up, and make sure that something was said about it. Things need to change. Justin, Jalen Rose said it today. White silence is violence. Just because it does not affect me does not mean it won't affect my life with friends and family that I have and friends I consider family. Everybody needs to look in the mirror and realize that there has to be change in police tactics, the way they are trained, and the people that they hire. I am done. You guys have the floor to discuss it however you would like.
I would say that was perfectly said, but I do want to highlight that it does sound like he is going to survive. He unfortunately will be paralyzed from the waist down, so that's tragic. But it's exhausting to have to speak about these things. It really is. I think Van Vliet said it best, like, even in your own communities, people are getting gunned down, and it's not even because police violence. It's so many things that need to be fixed within our country. But police violence is one of them that definitely needs to be fixed, and I'm so tired of hearing topics and reading under comments of people trying to justify acts. And it's just exhausting. Like, it's truly exhausting to see someone get shot multiple times on a video when that's its own story in itself, that we're so desensitized seeing people get shot in so many times of these videos. That's a whole nother story. But then just know you're going to scroll down and expect to see a shit ton of people just having horrible opinions, trying to justify why this man was shot. It's just exhausting because we have so many examples of people with different appearances not getting those same examples, and they did worse acts. So it's exhausting, and no matter what, trying to gun somebody down isn't the answer, even if they did do something wrong. Because what's the point of having our law system? What's the point of having a judge? What's the point of having trials? And what's the point of any of that? What's the point of jails if we're just going to start gunning down every criminal we see? What's the point?
Yeah.
Like I said, it's just exhausting. I don't know what to say about it. It's fucking exhausting.
Taylor Rooks said it really well. And she said something along the lines of defiance shouldn't result in murder. Like, just because I defy what the police officer is telling me in that moment, that shouldn't mean I lose my life. A police officer should definitely be able to control the situation and apprehend someone. There's a major cornerstone of their damn job is apprehending people without deadly force. And it seems like the longer this goes on, just the quicker to deadly force they go, the easier to deadly force they just go. And it seems like with one demographic, it's a lot easier for them to get to that point than it is when they deal with other demographics. And that's just a glaring issue within the training and the system of it. And like Terrence said, it's just exhausting. Like no one feels good. No one feels good seeing it. None of us feel good having to talk about it. And
to even speak on
like
the training, like to speak on the training, it's like when you look at like Army and Navy and all those other military forces, a lot of those people really don't like how the police run their ways. Like they have a huge issue with the police force, and these guys are over in wars where bombs are being dropped in actual danger. And if they see what your tactics are as problematic, then what do you mean you feel for your life when a guy is running to his car or running away from you, when somebody who is dealing in a whole different situation, which I would think is a lot more dangerous, they don't agree with your tactics? Like somebody here is wrong, and maybe you should really start really looking at your tactics. It's not even maybe you should start. It's definitely time for the police to reform, change their tactics, because it's not working.
It starts at the ground level. Like it's all part of like a culture within the police system. It's you go into these academies and you're bred to train and think these ways when you get out and get on the streets. And so it starts there. You need to start, breeding these officers, these men and women to think differently, and their natural reaction to be more peaceful. And it sounds weird saying
they're not even educated.
It has to be, and it's exactly because it starts with education. It's like, and it sounds weird saying like I need the police to be more peaceful, but like being a police officer and helping stop crime doesn't have to be the most violent job on the planet.
Why do you need a four-year degree for so many other jobs, which you don't need it to be a cop?
Yeah, like that. And I just need better education. I need them trained better. It's where their first instinct when dealing with a minority isn't to kill them. It should be the same. No matter who they're dealing with, it should be the same thing. Like by all means, de-escalate the situation without deadly violence. Like that should be the goal going into every situation. And it doesn't feel like that's the goal of the police sometimes. And it's glaring.
Last thing I'll say on it is one of the cornerstones of our justice system is that you are innocent until proven guilty. So we need to start treating people that we are trying to apprehend for a possible crime. It's a possible crime. Just because he is wanted for sexual assault or whatever it is does not mean he has done the sexual assault. That is why our justice system is the way it is. That is why we have lawyers, why you go to court, why you see a judge, why you do a jury of your peers. That is why due process exists, to make sure that you are not guilty until proven innocent. You are innocent until proven guilty. We have seen many times that
what's the point of a jail? Like if he is guilty, send his ass to jail.
Exactly. These sexual assault, as disgusting of a crime it is not a death sentence upon arrival by police.
Yeah. No police officer should be out there playing judge, jury, executioner in the middle of a conflict on the spot. Like your job is to apprehend them and take them to the court or to jail so they can go see the rest of the process. You don't get to expedite the process and play all four levels because you have a gun and a badge. Like absolutely unacceptable.
I will say, to like transition us into basketball, I just think it's interesting what the players have been saying, like recently within the last few days. Like I can't express enough what Van Vliet said. Like it was so powerful what he said, and it really stuck, that it does feel like their message is being lost, and that everything that they went there for and was trying to fight for is on deaf ears. And so you guys are just back to playing basketball, and it's just back to everything being the same. And maybe they should have boycotted and actually sent a message. Like it's tough. Like
That's tough for them. That's a tough spot for them too. For those guys out there that were
for the players,
Fred
that's what I'm
and Dame and Braun that were out there front lining it and really on the forefront of this thing and really trying to make a difference. I don't want them to think that. I hope that no one thinks that them going back and playing means they stepped away from the message or they stepped away from the fight. Because after watching Fred, Braun, CP yesterday, like, all the respect to those guys. I absolutely love what they're doing, and they're all constantly working around the clock to really do their part in what they think is going to make a difference with getting people to vote and doing all those extracurricular things outside the court. All the support to those type of guys, just great.
Every athlete there is fighting two fights. They're fighting to win that championship, and they are fighting to help their brothers and sisters out there that are being treated
make a difference in the world. Like as corny as that sounds, like they really are fighting that right now, and it's got to be tough on them.
it's staggering when you check Twitter, and it's like people have been protesting almost
all
throughout
year.
this time.
Portland
Every
is
day.
still going up. Portland is
Every
still
single
going
day,
up.
people are protesting throughout the country, and it's wiped off of everything. Like, you don't see it anywhere unless you have a Twitter. And and I think about this in perspective of like my parents and like that whole demographic, because like most of them don't have Twitters and they don't be on social media like that. So it's like they're missing so much of the other side of so many stories. They only get what one thing is telling them or whatever news outlet that they're listening to. So it's just mind blowing when you think about it. Like, Twitter helps newer generations and social media helps newer generations see things from a perspective and let us at least be able to grab our own perspective, because it's either a video that you can look from or it's an image or something that you can at least take away from your own and be able to have like your own opinion to it. But yet when you see like our parents and stuff, they're getting things repackaged to them in a sense, and that it's just
filtered and changed by the time they
Yeah.
see it with the outlets that they're viewing it on.
And it's like even the outlets that we would deem reputable and like okay, everything in media has an agenda, and it's just tiring. Like all of this shit, like I can't express enough. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. Yep.
I think that was well said by everybody, and it was something that absolutely needed to be addressed. But now the show must go on. There will still be games played today. There were still games played yesterday. They found a way to talk about it, as did we. And we will continue to address it as it happens and goes on. But wow, did we have a week of bubble basketball and bubble playoffs. Oh my goodness. The Lakers are obviously falling right into form. Clippers are looking sus. Denver is looking sus. Utah
Toronto
has turned it
winning
around.
all.
The East is as easy, not easy, is as top
Predictable.
heavy, is as top heavy and predictable as we all assumed it would be. So that conversation can be thrown out the window. The good teams in the East are very good and are contenders.
Yeah.
Exactly.
One
I
small
got a
thing
question.
Toronto.
I got a
is-
question.
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
My question is, well, actually, no, I won't ask this now.
You won't, or
If
you
you
want
guys, I will.
Okay.
If you guys lose tonight, what is your panic meter?
Oh,
red.
red.
Breaking the
like,
needle. The whole needle's broken. What do you mean?
My radar is like Ghostbusters on top of the goo monster dinging. Like just gone, dog. Like
I mean, yeah, I
Dog.
agree. We have to start there. Luka Doncic, game winner, 30-footer. My God. Terrence, I'll let you say it. You say it every time we talk about Giannis. What do you say?
Special players make special shots. I don't give
Every
a shit
single
that
time.
the boy, they say he's not a great shooter. I don't give a damn. Put the ball in his hands, tween, step back, get it out the net, game over.
that was such a great shot. It's
I
like
think
an
we
all-time
obviously have
NBA
to
shot.
I
start
knew
right
it
there.
was game the moment he caught
left his
it. Like
hand.
It started a step back.
He didn't even need to shoot it. He gave that man a move. Oh my God, what a move! Like,
As soon
why
as the
switch,
step
Kawhi?
back-
You gotta fight over that.
So I've been thinking about this, and
I've been thinking about this. Hey, wait, before you say that, I've been thinking about this. Paul should have defended the out of bounds, and Kawhi should have obviously been taking Luka, and then they should have just trapped. I don't know who was defending I don't remember who was defending out of bounds. It definitely wasn't Paul. I think it was a big man, but it should have been Paul because you could have just used
It was
him.
Reggie, right? Because that's why the switch happened, and it ended up being Reggie.
Is that what it was?
That's why Reggie.
think
'cause
Reggie's-
the
I
shot
think
was
No,
Reggie
Shamit.
switched
It was
off the
Shamit.
bench.
Shamit
Oh,
was on the
Shamit.
Shamit was
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the inbound because
'cause
he left. Shamit had it right because he had his back to the inbound and was like all focused on Luka for when Luka did the switch or whatever, and he was gonna just like you would do. Like they were playing five on. Yeah, exactly. They're playing 5-on-4 right there. And when Luka makes the move, he turns back to the ball and kind of falls to the corner. And I'm like, no, Shamit, you had it. Like, don't ever turn back to the ball. You're not tall enough anyways. You should have just been trying
That's
to double
what I'm
Luka.
saying. It wasn't enough length over there for me.
Mhm.
Like either you, and it's stupid to have Shamit defend the out of bounds because you're not even harassing the out of bounder anyway. You should have put somebody big. At least could have put Marcus Morris or somebody there, in my opinion. So it's like if you would have put Paul there or Marcus Morris, you could have trapped the inbounder or at least made the pass a little bit tougher than having Shamit there. And I don't know, Doc just botched that whole play.
Yeah.
'Cause
I mean,
first
I will
off,
say yes, it is
do not
Doc.
switch. You do not switch in that situation. Like, I don't give a damn what you guys did up into that possession. You do not switch in that situation. You have to fight through it. If anybody touches a ball, but Luka, big deal. But you do not let the best player on the court touch the ball on a switch. You've already given them what they wanted.
Yeah, and here's my thing. I will say 3.7 seconds. It was a good play because it's a quick switch you have to make when it wasn't even like a real screen. It was like almost like a fake screen, and then Kleber, whatever, however you say his name,
just walked Kawhi.
Dives. He just dives and kind of takes Kawhi with him.
Yeah, he
and
walked him out to play. It's beautiful.
Right.
Rick Carlisle's coaching circles around Doc right now.
So like that's one.
That's two moves.
And then the other thing I think about is in that moment to try to push through it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Kawhi carried the load there because Palmdale P has not done his part, and he definitely didn't.
That man ain't even in the bubble.
I
don't know where he at.
He definitely didn't do his part that game, right? And
is he in Palmdale?
I don't even know. He's somewhere, bro. He's not in Orlando. And
somewhere on his damn phone.
Just in that moment when you're probably a little bit worn down to try to bust through that 7-footer screen, I don't know. It just maybe wasn't the play at the time. And then the other thing is, I think they're halfway expecting Luka to get in for a 2-point shot, needing only one. But Luka, being like you say, special players take special shots.
I'm hitting you with what I want.
Exactly. And he said, I bet you are thinking I'm going to take it to tween, bang, 30-feeder. We'll see you on
double
Tuesday,
bang,
boys.
The ever so rare Mike Breen double bang. That's how you know it was GOAT shot.
I saw a thing that said only one other
been three.
double.
No, it's three.
It was three. Okay, the Steph against OKC. That one, I don't know what the other one is, but yeah, it's rare that you get a double banger.
Random one. It was.
There's 3 double bangs, bro.
It's exclusive. That's exclusive territory. You get the.
You really gotta knock his socks off with some shit to get the double bang, bro.
Absolutely.
Oh, what was the? I wish I remember.
And I love a Mike Breen bang. I mean, I love it. It feels my soul.
I love a Mike Breen bang.
Yeah, it's like
my soul with joy. But that one hurt. Oh, Mike, it hurt. God, did it hurt.
Dude, Marcus Morris, I really thought he had won the game. Like, man, what a great pass for Kawhi. Marcus really banged it from the corner. Like, everything. I really thought the Clippers willed their way to a terrible win. I thought they willed their way to a terrible win last game. Like, it really felt like they were going to pull it out. But, hats off to Luka. That is crazy. So, no Porzingis again today. Makes it so much more of a must-win, too.
So, I told everybody, because everybody's just been – it's like I told you, it's like an ad for AT&T. The way my phone's been fucking banging since the thing hadn't even hit the floor yet, and I had like 12 fucking texts. Here's my thought on the series. I think Doc is good at coming up with a good game plan going into a game. I think he is good at that, but I think his Achilles heel and his fault is he doesn't know how to make an adjustment. Like he doesn't know
deviate if he has to.
Yeah, and like Carlisle is coming in with probably also a very good game plan because that's what makes you a good coach. But then Carlisle is adjusting to your
Omaha.
Right. And Doc's like, I'm sticking to my guns because this is what we said we're going to do today. And it's like, well, hey, brother, by halftime, Paul's shot's not falling like that and things have to change within the game. You got to know somebody's got to be coming to you with a piece of paper that says what all these Twitter guys are saying, like, hey, Reggie Jackson has the worst defensive numbers in the bubble. Like, we have to avoid him getting switched at all costs. So we have to change our tactics.
And he shoots too much.
Because,
he's a good set shooter.
He's
been knocking down shots.
He's a good set shooter. He's a good set shooter.
So you have to adjust. That's what makes a great coach. Like, we always talk about that when we talk football coaches. It's like the best football coaches make the in-game adjustments. And that's with basically every sport. And that's where I think Doc falters so hard is that, like, he almost at times refuses to make that adjustment. Like, he thought Harrell was going to be the play. It is not the play this series. Zoo against Boban. When Boban comes in, you have to counter it with Zoo, like, every time. You can't have Harrell. He's too short. He's, like, only 6'9". He just has long arms, but he's short. Yeah, he's too short to hang with him. When Zoo averages a double-double against the Mavericks.
He can't even score on Boban.
What about the idea of, like, bring in Joe Kim against Boban and just to be physical? Like, Joe Kim's not going to get any minutes. Just eat up a couple fouls, be physical, battle for rebounds. Like, even if it's
why not?
Even if it's for a small stretch, because you're going to at least get that 7-foot size. And if Joe Kim's anything, he's a cerebral big. Like, he's very smart. We all know the vision, passing ability we've seen in his career. Like, even like I said, I'm not asking you to play Joe Kim 20 minutes, but just to, like you said, do something with Boban, because that second lineup with Boban and Cable Curry is an issue, and it allows the Mavericks to take leads, extend leads, keep them in games, bring them back. Like, that has been a terrible point for the Clippers. I don't think Montrez against Boban is it at all. I agree.
It's not. Montrez shouldn't even play that much this series. It's evident. But and I don't think he's in that much of good shape either. But shout out to Cable Curry. Seth Curry's a hooper. Shout out to guys that actually work on their game.
He's in his bag right now.
Like, shout out to guys that really get better. But I do think Joakim should play. That's a good point. And it's like, why not? Why are guys in a bubble? Why are you in a bubble?
I mean, he's got the 7-foot size, like we said. It's like that Boban height is really giving us some really big fits. And what can you do to do that? Be physical with them. Like, literally, if I was joking, I'd be like, dude, you're gonna play 9 minutes tonight. Go in there and bang hard. Like, pick up 2 fouls. Bang with Boban, get him out of his comfort zone, and if he goes up for that stupid, gigantic jump hook, like, foul the shit out of him the first time or something. I don't know. There's got to be something different, because Boban can literally turn as if Boban's shooting over Montrez. There's no defense on it.
Me versus you in the post, basically.
No. That's nah.
Barbecue chicken. But that's besides it. What did the Clippers trade Boban for? What was the package?
Oh, it was the Toby package. So the Landry Shamet trade. It was in the Landry Shamet trade.
And we got a pick. We got picks.
Yeah,
so you
picks
traded
and Shamet.
Tobias and
Bobby for Shamet and picks. It was that deal was okay for me. And I believe Mike Muscala came in that one, who we eventually flipped for Zoo. That could be true.
Could be true.
Because I think
like he was in Philly.
Muscala.
I feel like he might have been in Philly.
And it also gave us the picks to land Paul George.
Mm-hmm.
Because it gave us
Right. Looking at that deal, I do want to talk about. I did not realize that they gave up that much for one body.
Well, I mean, like we said, we talked about it.
It was really two.
It was theoretically, it was 2 bodies. You don't get Kawhi without P, so you gave it up for 2 bodies theoretically.
Kawhi said, I only come if you play the trade for.
Life isn't theoretically. They gave up that shit for one body.
But it is 2 because, like he said, Kawhi said, I'm not coming unless you get P. And they said, well, all right, then bet.
Yeah, OKC's like, looks like you gave it all up for one player. So,
which right now 2-2 with this man breaking all sorts of horrendous shooting records. It feels
Bob
bad.
Cousy.
But listen,
he doing shit since segregation.
The moment P turns it around and he becomes a player we all know he's capable of. Like, yes, it's hard not to give negative energy to P right now. Deservedly so. But as soon as he comes back to the player that we know he's capable of and that we've literally seen before in the playoffs, it's all going to feel okay again. It's the playoffs. You feel like we're talking about a franchise that really feels cursed. I'll tell you right now, from someone who roots for them every year, it feels like a cursed franchise. So it's very easy to give up on a player of Paul George's talent when it's going like it is right now. But until we lose the series, like, I'm here to stick it out with Paul George because the talent is undeniable. It's undeniable. It's there. We've all seen it. This man has the bag.
I ain't giving up on him.
You know what I'm saying? He has the bag. Throw the phone in the goddamn lake. Go catch a couple fish and come out tonight. All right? Yeah. I'm confident. Once I saw Shaq put a guarantee on it last night, I felt confident because he's the opposite of Chuck.
The quotes. I'm tired of hearing his teammates defend him. I'm sick of all of that shit. Like, bro, man, just go hoop. And if you can't score, since when did that only become the only part of basketball? Paul's supposed to be a 5-tool player. He's supposed to be a 2-way guy. Okay, your shot's not falling. Big deal. It's a guy on the other team whose shot is falling, brother. Go check him and try to make sure his shot don't fall.
Which is what I liked about Game 3. His shot wasn't falling, and I think it was noticeable. He was effective still in Game 3. Like, he had big rebounds.
He was just missing in Game 3. In Game 4, he came in his feelings, it looked like.
Right, and it was like he facilitated well. He set up Zoo a couple times. Like, he actually still, like, I could tell you from watching it. In Game 3, yes, he still couldn't shoot a fucking lick, but he affected the game. Whereas in Game 4, I mean, it might as well have been me out there.
I will say this. I kind of slandered the man, not too much, but I do want to give him his love. Shout out to Lap Dance Lou, Lemon Pepper Lou. That brother can score, man. That dude can put it in.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, Lou is not a good defender, but his intensity and effort on the defensive side come playoff time is commendable. Like, he's really he at the end of the last game, like, we always talk about this, like, at the end of a lot of games he's a liability on defense, but you put up with it because he's cooking on offense. I didn't see him as a liability. He really tried. He fought through switches. He wouldn't let himself get switched and be the guy that they put on Luka or targeted, and he really, I thought Reggie had his best stretch. It was so unfortunate that he got gamed, and that
Also,
happened.
Reggie should have been in Luka more and forced him to drive. Also.
Absolutely.
I don't get why you're a point guard. Like, you can move your feet. Get in Luka.
I absolutely thought it was probably his best stretch of the series down the end of that game. He hit a couple shots. He had the save out of bounds to Kawhi that led to a 3 during the comeback that forced overtime. It was so unfortunate that Kawhi and him got the switch and he had to get gamed, because I was really actually pleased with the intensity that those two brought defensively down the stretch, because they are typically our two liabilities down the stretch of games defensively.
Oh, yeah. Also, reiterate this point. Paul George is obviously the most important person on his team. Kawhi's the best player, but I think Paul's the most important. If this guy doesn't play, look what happens to this team.
Yeah.
So
I think before you said Paul might be the best player, but I think we've all realized that the Claw is the man right now.
Robot.
it is what it is. Like,
Like,
I don't necessarily at the end of the day, you need Paul. Paul is going
100%.
Like, you need what he gives you. Kawhi, yes, Kawhi's maybe it's obvious he is the best player, but I don't know. I think the most important player might be Paul.
I think it's evident. I think, like you said, it's evident with where the series is at right now that there's no doubt that Paul George is the most important. I think exactly you nailed it on the head. It's evident.
Absolutely.
Like,
I mean, look at the West. Look how hard the West is, and you're going to need your second star looking forward. Like, the Lakers are rolling on all cylinders right now. All respect to them. They've really brought it together after that loss that woke them up. But their two stars are dominating, and it's really taking Blazers out of the game during stretches.
Are we going to the Lakers? Because I'm ready to talk about that
before we
shit,
transition, I got to just say one thing. If you're not from the 661 in the Antelope Valley, then I can understand why you want to talk down on somebody like Paul George. But I mean this, and I really do. If you are from Palmdale or the Antelope Valley, and you sit there and say nasty things about Paul George, you should truly be ashamed of yourself.
If your ass is still sitting in Palmdale saying that, shut the hell up.
Oh,
because that man is a legend to that community, and he could have left it behind like a lot of athletes do, and other athletes. There's been a baseball athlete that doesn't do anything for that community. He's retired now, but he
Jason Kubel. I'll say his name.
He made
That
$30
fool was a
million
bum
on a contract. He didn't do nothing. Paul George continuously gives back to
Will
that
Dimms
community and all
was
that.
a safety for the damn Ravens. He didn't give shit to the.
So that man gives
Bulldogs.
back to that community more than anything. And if you want to sit there and say nasty things about him being from that community, I think you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I mean that wholeheartedly for whoever listens to this.
Absolutely.
That is one. Like, if you're not from Palmdale, whatever.
Show me another athlete out of Palmdale that's done half of what he's already done, and he's got so much more in the making, so much more that he's building for his community that he never forgot about, like everyone else likes to forget about.
So it's just something I really.
Did he call himself playoff P, or was somebody?
Somebody pointed it to him. I think. I don't know though.
I hope he didn't Nick Young that one, because that might.
Nah, I think he Nick Young did. I'm not gonna lie.
I think he did Nick Young it. I think he did Swaggy P his shit. I think he did playoff P.
Well, playoff P, go out there tonight. You show him what the hell you're made of. You know, I'm pulling for you.
I got faith in the homie. His game too smooth. Just game 4 was so discouraging. Like, dude, you look like you.
When you
didn't
lose
wanna
your
come
fight,
play.
right? When you lose when I can see that you lost your personal fight and you're passive and you're just, like I said, your personal fight isn't there. That's disheartening. But I think he's gonna.
And that's
regain
the thing
it.
about being a
He's gonna
dog.
regain it.
Dogs don't ever lose their dog.
We're gonna find out tonight. Today is a real pivotal
He
moment.
stepped on Paul's tail.
They need Bev. Before we get off this, they need Bev.
I've always said
that man
it.
is so important.
He brings
Crazy.
it. Actually, right. There's one more thing. We do need to address. I think it was Jamichael who said it. We got to find that intensity again. Like, they've lost it. They're so passive and like the Mavs are scoring big buckets and they're just they're in our face and we don't retaliate. Like, we don't do nothing back to them. We're not bumping them hard after they do it. Like, it's like we've lost that. And exactly what you said.
That's because your two dogs are quiet dogs. Kawhi ain't gonna scream in nobody's face. Paul ain't screaming in nobody's face. The guy that's screaming in anybody's face is hurt.
Yeah.
Right.
And Montrez is taken out of this damn game because
Yeah.
Bobby's just beating his shit because he's too small. So you have no dogs right now.
I'll tell you right now, who's done a good job of trying to find it is Marcus Morris. Marcus Morris has done a really good job. He's been trying to bump outside of Bobby. You know, him and Bobby are legitimately friends, so he doesn't really rough and tough Bobby. But outside of that, he's rough and tough
Bobby, man.
You can't. He's so.
I don't think anybody.
You know?
I think Shaq would even be like,
yeah,
it's cool, dog. You cool.
So, but like outside of that, you know, he's gotten Luka's face. He's gotten Kristaps' face. Like, he's really tried to bring that edge. And I think, again, Lou would be another guy who's really trying to bring it. But it's like, it's only making him
Everybody
better.
go Kawhi to Luka. Everybody else you can get in your face.
Bro, just hit him with a nice shot, bro. Like, damn.
Yeah,
right
you're gonna
now,
have to Andrew luck him. You have to talk crap by being nice to him. Like,
Like,
Cable-
hey, shot, bro.
Cable
Nice
Curry
shot.
got to catch a tough foul tonight for that bitch ass he spit out
No,
Paul George.
no. Paul needs to strap his ass and throw his shit in something and be like, "Yeah, bitch."
Yeah.
Something. He
and
needs
tell
to
the
slap-
missus I said I miss her.
I
Like,
need
hit him
some
with something
corny-
disrespectful. Like,
I need some corny Coach K slap the ground, strap the homie up, beat it out of bounds, and call him a bitch.
yeah, I need
Take
all
the
that.
tech.
I need the intensity.
Take the
back.
tech. I don't care about none of that. Honestly, Paul needs to get a tech. Really, fire up the damn team.
He needs
Show
like
you got
a,
some
a
dog
big
in you.
dunk,
Yeah,
like a just
like dunk on somebody, get a tech, beat Curry shit into the glass, get a tech. Don't matter. Just do something. Fire yourself up. Fire the team up.
It's like a
Last
like
time he got a
manager
tech
getting-
was game 1, and he had a great game. The last time he knew how to play basketball.
Somebody
Yeah, the
just hit him with an
Monstars-
elbow. Like
the
somebody
Monstars
just
came
fire on
down
a
from
homie before the
Laurel
game.
Mountain and got him. They got him. They got Paul George like they did Chuck and
Oh,
Sean
man.
Bradley. But yeah, okay. Let's.
I wonder, is Paul in the new movie? Is he one of them in the new movie?
I have no idea.
Because
God,
that's
I-
funny as shit.
God, I
if
hope
he's one
not.
of them in the new movie.
God, I hope not.
They named out who was in it. I don't think Paul was, but damn, that is AD's in it for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. That's why AD went to the Lakers.
Gotta
I
go.
have
We
to
gotta
be in
get
the
back up
movie
to Moron
if
Mountain and
you
get that shit
trade
back
me.
for the homie.
You think that was in the trade clause? Like, if you trade me,
Gotta
I
be
get to be in Space Jam 2?
2.
I had to be in the deal.
Not in the actual contract, but that was in the personal messages between him,
That was a
him and
wink
Bron.
and a handshake for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's transition. My heart can't take more Clipper talk. I'm telling you right now, I'm so anxious.
Break the curse, please.
Foul.
Like we're lucky I'm here today.
Yeah,
I
that's a
told
foul.
I
You
told
transitioning
guys-
Lakers? That's a foul.
I
Oh, I'm
told
sorry. Am I
you,
breaking it up the flow of your speech? That's a foul.
Foul.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Jake. Oh, okay. Let's transition to Lakers.
Don't worry,
That's some-
they try to even it out at the end of the game so you don't notice. But we all notice that 15-2 starts to those games if you really watch. And if you watch, and we know how the ebb and flow of the game is being decided.
Yeah.
Lakers up
Little
3-1.
Terrence used to care. Older me now just laughs.
Yes, I will agree with you guys that the officiating has definitely been
The Lakers came out whooping their ass, so no matter what. I will say that before we jump
which is
into
what I was
officiating.
gonna say. Which
The
exactly. Go
Lakers
ahead.
came out on
Yeah.
fire. They came out for Mamba Day, which they should have. If you would have lost on Mamba Day, I need somebody's hands from the Lakers. Like, I need somebody's hands. Like, that's not cool. You got to win on Mamba Day. So I get it. They came out blazing. KCP is hooping, which it's not really a surprise. KCP doesn't suck. He just gets a lot of slander from people because he's done some stupid
Easy
shit.
scapegoat.
Yeah, he has bad moments, but he's a good player. But they played well, but damn, man, the refs can't. The Lakers don't even need this kind of help. That's kind of really. What
I
we're
told
trying to
you
get
this
at.
though. You know, when we look at the shot charts and stuff, that the Lakers' defense is to get you to take a lot of shots closer to the rim because they don't really have the best perimeter defenders. And I know everybody's about to hop on me like, motherfuckers are shooting 35% against Caruso. Blah, 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 blah. I don't care about
Strap
that.
City.
Get the fuck out of my face with that.
Charlie Brown.
They
got
don't
time,
have-
so he do. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, he's very athletic. I've said it from day one. I've
Charlie
met
Brown
him.
with
That
the
man
headband.
that man is a crazy physical specimen. So yeah, I'd imagine
He hit a 3 off the bounce though, and I almost passed out. Like, whoosh,
Right. But
Russo.
if you watch the Lakers, their shit is to funnel you to the bigs and
Yeah.
get AD and Dwight, to really contest those shots because that's what their best attribute is.
Those are
And they
elite
do it
defenders.
well. They do it great. It's a reason why they are where they are doing what
It's
they're doing.
Dwight Howard. He won a Defensive Player of the Year.
Multiple, if I'm not mistaken.
He's just old, but he still knows how to play
So,
defense. AD's an
yeah,
elite defender.
Yes, I will agree. Officiating is spotty because during those times, at times, it's evident that CJ McCollum getting hacked and whatnot, and it's just like gulp, there goes that whistle. And then on the other end, somebody like they had a really big beat of sweat and it hit LeBron's arm, and it was like, well, there's 2 free throws right there. So I don't, it gets. I agree. At the beginning of those games, to me it does look sus. But I mean, they still hitting fucking shots.
Series
LeBron is-
over. Dame
me-
they just said Dame's out of game 5. Sorry, that just broke right this second.
that's-
So the series is over. But
Good shit,
yeah,
Dame.
go ahead.
Right. LeBron is still playing out of his goddamn mental. Like it's like we were worried about Father Time, but I'm like, I mean, downhill LeBron.
I don't
still
know.
looks
To
scary
me-
as hell.
If you look at game 3, Portland, got outshot on the free throws by 30 free
20,
throws or something?
23, over 23. It was like 21 free throws.
It was
21
30.
free
What was
throws?
30? What was
No,
it? 31
40,
to
48,
7?
48, 19 at the
Yeah,
end
it
of
was,
the game.
but it was like 31-7, about to be the fourth quarter or something.
Yeah, it was something ridiculous late that I screenshotted to y'all. But regardless, it's just like throughout all of that, Portland stayed within that game, stayed fighting, didn't complain to the refs, just for them to think they can come back in game 4 just for the game to start. Like, it's like, man, yeah, fuck. That's demoralizing. And people don't understand that if you don't play basketball or play sports like that. Like, that shit has to be demoralizing. Like, you come out, just fought your ass off last game, having to fight all those whistles. And then you come back next game and the whistles start right out the gate. And it's like, bro, damn. And then on top of it, the Lakers was busting. Like, they were making shots. Like,
AD was unconscious.
Like, I can't stress that enough. Like, the Lakers played really, really well yesterday. Those guys was knocking down shots. And then on top of it, you getting all those whistles. Like, that is the recipe for a blowout.
Yeah.
Because how can you stay within that game? Like, it just has to be demoralizing.
Yeah, I've said it from jump, and I get a lot of people on here. I mean, we all do when we bring this up. That we're just Laker haters, and I'm finding any excuse to root against the Lakers.
I'm a ref hater.
And this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, I'm watching the game. I'm telling you right now, like you said, 20-point free throw disparity, the game before, and then this game starts. I'm not joking. Something along the lines, I believe it was 11-2 in fouls to start the game. They called 11 fouls to 2 Laker fouls to start the game. You cannot tell me these two NBA teams are that far apart in aggression or defensive capability, defensive,
like Whiteside leads the league in blocks, but yet they're getting all these foul calls. But I get it. AD's a spectacular defender. Dwight Howard's a spectacular defender. But you're going to tell me every single time they go up, they're staying fully upright, but when Nurkic and Whiteside go up, they're not. Or somebody like McCollum swiped down and that was the foul. Okay, so Caruso and none of them do that. But yet you seeing CJ and all these guys running back up the floor hot. Like,
the defensive discipline for the Lakers.
To blow a gasket, dude. Like,
the defensive discipline of the Lakers is 11-2 better than that of the Portland Trailblazers. Give me a goddamn break. These are two really good NBA teams. And like I said, all of us here picked the Lakers to win this series. So it's like, I'm not trying to make excuses for the team that I picked because they're losing. I picked the goddamn Lakers to win the series in 6. They are the better team. But you can't give LeBron James a 24-8 lead and think that that's not going to change the dynamic of the game. It was 14-2 in free throws to start the game. And then I got all these Laker fans quiet because the numbers are right there in front of them. But when the end of the fourth comes around and the free throws come back and they call the game the other way,
doesn't matter anymore.
But I'm like, if you give LeBron James a 24-8 lead, you can call the game fair the rest of the game. It's not going to matter. That's probably the best guy in the league, possibly ever. And you're giving him a head start like that. The game's over at that point. The other team is completely dejected, and the dynamic has changed. That's why I said, call a fair game, and the Lakers probably win anyways. They win the series in 6 or 5 regardless, but call it. It's right there, visual.
I hated the rest since I was a child. Like, I'm not a Laker fan.
You're laughing about it. I never believed it like you did. Remember? I
don't have a favorite team. I don't have a favorite team simply because of this. Because of this shit. Like, I don't get invested in these pro teams no more because if you flip the back of your ticket, if you go to the damn game, it's entertainment, my friend. They just want to entertain you. It ain't about the integrity of the game. So I'm over all of that. Like, I'm not trying to go down that rabbit hole and say the NBA is WWE because I don't want people in my mentions telling me all this shit. I'm not going to argue with you. I watch just because it's fun. I love basketball. I love to watch you guys play. But, man –
sometimes it's blatant. Sometimes
watch
it's
with
blatant.
your own eyes.
Terrence is I'll put quotations on it, Kings fan, but it's just
I'm a Kings fan. I'm a Kings fan, and the reason why I'm not an NBA fan no more is because I was a Kings fan. Right. So
exactly.
Yeah, if you they wrote books about what happened to my Kings, and y'all gonna sit here and tell me just watch basketball. Fuck you. But that's a different story. But a whole different story.
We get the typical. You're just mad. Luka gamed you, and you're fighting in that series. Like, I'd much rather you go look at our series. The fouls and free throws are virtually identical every game, and they're battles and they're fun games to watch. I'd much rather go through a series winning and losing like this than going through a series where you're living at the line and your team has an extreme disparity to start games or finish games or whatever it is, and the whistle's being blown one way. At least in this series, I feel like I'm not being cheated. I feel like my team is genuinely blowing it, and that sucks to say, but I'd much rather feel that than to feel like I'm getting slighted because the refs are calling the game one-sided for certain stretches. Like, that's tough to live with.
I agree 1,000%. 100%. The Clippers are just losing right now. They
absolutely,
ain't nothing
and
else.
It sucks to say that, but I would much rather blame myself and have my own self to blame than to be the guy that's ranting and raving about refs. That's never any fun.
Yeah, facts. Because Portland isn't the better team. Like, Dame, they have a great game plan against Dame. Like, they're defending him really well. Like, I can't express this enough. They're trapping him on that high screen and roll and not allowing him to get to his spots. And Whiteside's not the best trying to react off a pick and roll. And Nurkic is just exhausted. Like the man gets
Exhausted.
tired so fast. But he's nice, but he hasn't played basketball like that all year, so his stamina's not there. And on top of it, the Lakers are just a better team. Shout out to Melo, though. I love that Melo is taking this challenge regarding LeBron. And personally, I think he's doing a decent job for his age. LeBron,
He's doing his best he
LeBron is
can,
LeBron,
right?
I was gonna
dog.
say,
Like LeBron is LeBron. Who
for how
has
much
ever stopped LeBron?
For how much defense we've ever expected out of Carmelo Anthony, he's doing
He
doing a
took the
damn
challenge.
good job.
I think personally, Gary Trent is actually really locking LeBron. Not really locking him up. He's guarding LeBron really well on the perimeter, and that's why when Trent's in the game, they're like, let's go bring his little ass down to the post, which he can't guard him, which is super smart because it's gonna force the double. And why I've always asked for Bron to play out of the post because dude, you're big as shit. You're an amazing passer. You can force the double and make cats better by just simply playing out of the post.
Yep.
But he can't do that against let me take that back. He could do that against everybody. It's LeBron James. He can freaking post up against anyone.
Yeah, he could just post up somewhere successful
Fucking Jokic,
and
he could
easier
post
than
up.
ever.
Like, yeah, he can post up centers, but he just doesn't do it. But when he has a guy like Gary Trent, take him to the block because when Trent is out there on the perimeter, he was harassing LeBron. But LeBron's big, so he walks his ass down to the block.
Okay. Anybody else want to say anything else on the Lakers? I think we've got it all out of
You
our
back, man? You shot out of breath. You good, dude?
Yeah, you good? You just run a flight of stairs? Was it
I
push-up
don't know
time
why-
during the pod? Like,
Yeah, it wasn't. I don't know. I honestly, I mean, my charger came unplugged, and I just didn't want to leave
But
abruptly.
did you like frantically go put it back?
I don't know
in?
why I'm winded. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why I'm tired. I don't know what happened there. Let me.
All right,
move my
dude.
mic
This
back
guy
'cause
is
I
out
do feel
here
tired.
lying when he sends us all those running
Run.
apps.
Hey, we
Full
are
strapping
fast,
his-
baby.
this fool's putting his phone on the bus and then like turning on the running app and then coming back like, how much I ran today, guys? Oh my
Get out
god!
of my face.
Do you do that shit with pigeons? Do you know how to call pigeons and shit, bro? Are you calling pigeons?
He
Why
just
my
said the
routes-
Terry Crews and is that trading day?
That's why my shit's all fucked up. That's why my route's always different and fucked up because it's just whatever the fucking pigeon goes.
Oh man, Jake, that's
Damn.
what you've been on.
That's
That's your
crazy.
quarantine
Slandered on
hobby.
this goddamn podcast. God, do I get slandered? Okay, Lakers are
Those
done.
jokes.
I am no longer the topic of discussion.
Lakers are gonna win. So please don't get in my mentions talking about your conspiracies.
I will-
don't give a
I wanna-
shit.
I want to get into OKC Houston bad because of it was so heated last week, but there's no way once again I can diss Spider Mitchell and put him on the back burner.
Is that the best series? So I'm trying to figure out what's the best series. Is it the Utah series or is it the OKC series?
But here's the thing:
I think
Utah's
it's
a
OKC
3-1
after yesterday.
series, and OKC hasn't really had a blowout other than Game 1 in that series. I feel like it's been the most competitive. I mean, those games are like 8-point swings either way the whole
What's up with
series.
Denver though? Like,
But
that
right,
was my team.
I want to get into the Denver series,
Boys, what's up? Like Denver, get up,
bro. We all were
what's
on
up?
the Denver wagon.
No Bo. Like, what's good, bro? Like, not
Yeah.
even a minute.
I don't know. Like, how did Utah looked? I don't think there's a team that looked so bad in the qualifying games or whatever we want to call them, the seeding games, and then now looks so good. Other than the Utah Jazz, they looked.
I didn't know Donovan Mitchell was this good. That dude is special. Shit. Yeah,
I
that's my
mean,
fault. My
they-
bad, Donovan.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I talked a lot about Rudy Gobert, and I just don't know if my mind has really changed. But boy, has he played darn well. you
One
know?
good thing about the playoffs, and if you are, considered probably the man on your team, right? And then you have adversity going into the playoffs. One thing that the playoffs does is that it will show you who the dogs are and who the guys that are ready to compete and to really try and fight to win. This brings it out, and we're worried about P because he's getting a soft side brought out of him right now. I'll tell you right now, Donovan Mitchell has the dog. He has the fight, and he will go at anybody in this league. And that is one thing that this situation has brought out of him. Everyone wrote in Denver in 5 or less, probably.
Shout out to Mike
and-
Conley too. He been
Yeah,
balling.
absolutely. And Donovan
Dude gave
Mitchell
birth.
absolutely
Whoa, let
went
me not
right
say it like
to
that,
it.
but that photo was hilarious.
Yeah.
How he took that photo, made it look like he gave birth, but he been balling since he came back in the bubble. That man,
Shout out
shit,
Utah.
shit out of the ball. Utah's
Quinn
just better
Snyder,
than I thought.
every year,
Quinn Snyder's hilarious.
man, great coach. Like every year, I don't want to say we like roll over Utah and we like Denver and we like these other teams more. But
I still like Denver.
damn.
I'm still buying stock. Don't think I sold my stock in Denver.
But damn, Quinn Snyder is a heck of a good coach, and Utah's another one of those Western Conference teams where you look at it and they could be dangerous in a year, I guess, if they had the right piece.
I feel like Quinn Snyder might have a secret life because that dude always looks concerned about something.
He always looks like
super low, Jake.
Like he's about to be a double agent that's about to, all of a sudden get exposed for being a double agent.
Yeah, but Quinn, I don't even think he's a double agent, bro. I think he might be pushing something like he
laundering money.
Like laundering cash, pushing cocaine. Like, dude just looks concerned all the time.
Like he's about to get figured out for something.
Even when he does a post-game interview, he's like, bro, it's nobody in the bubble, bro. You're good.
Sounds like weird eyes.
I'm telling you, his other job is to terrorize Gotham City and take down Batman. That is the Joker. He looks like every Joker he looked like every Joker cartoon I ever seen. He's all skinny with those long ass legs and that like kind of like pointy shoulder shit going on.
All skinny and weird.
For the Halloween episode, Alfred J. Pennyworth will be Jacob Handy.
Yeah. Please, Jacob. Please.
I'm Batman.
Oh, you're Batman. I'm coming through with Static Shock. So.
Oh, we all got superheroes?
I got that at the end. Don't worry, I got it at the end for you.
Hey, all right, cool.
No spoiler. Like I'm ready.
All right.
Is Denver cooked in this series? Do they have a chance to get it to 7?
Yeah.
No.
You got a guy that's putting up 50. You got a guy that's putting up 50. Yes, you have a chance. Right. But if you have a guy putting up 50, I'm not digging your grave. That's all you said. Do they have a chance? Yes. Am I telling you it's going 7? No.
How do they stop Donovan Mitchell?
Trap.
Boxing one.
Hey, honestly, who's gonna cook you out there outside of Conley?
Bring in a new perimeter defender somehow. But I don't know.
Who do they have on him, Craig?
I'm sure. I
don't think anybody.
I think.
Nobody, obviously, but it's probably been Torrey Craig.
I'm sure everybody's been getting a piece of it. I mean, man. Here's a bummer about that series is if you're Jamal Murray, you're playing your fucking ass off.
These dudes keep running into each other. Like that has to suck.
You got your head down, like man.
3-1, and this dude just gave me 50. Like, dude, I'm gonna whoop your ass. I see you one more time. Like,
yeah, for real. He probably out there playing games and shit too, like just like
watching last game's
being
footage.
The breeze, like
you watching game film and he watching him cook your ass. Like, it's got to be tough right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I will agree with Zach though. I can dig that, Zach. That if you got a guy putting up 52, we can't dig your grave. That it's Jim Carrey and Dumb and Dumber. So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah.
Is Gary Harris coming back? I heard he.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think him and Will are out for the series, right? Him and Barton.
I think I know Will Barton is.
I think they need defense, not offense.
Gary's good. Yeah, I was like, he could play, and he's a good size. Both of them can really.
I feel like Will can defend too, but Gary's definitely two-way.
Both of them are
Will
what they need
to
give someone to give more pieces at Donovan.
We always talking about Cable Curry and stuff. Honestly, I feel like Gary Harris is like I don't know if he's Cable, but he's a poor man's version of Klay Thompson for sure. But he's not Klay Thompson. So you're not getting my mentions on that.
Yeah.
No, definitely though. He's a poor man's Klay Thompson. Watch Gary Harris. He's not Klay Thompson. No, he can shoot the shit out of the ball too. He kind of plays like him, but he's not Klay Thompson. That man is Mr. 50 on 6 dribbles. That's a different breed.
I just don't want to address it because I might sound like I just was coming off disrespectful. I will let you be entitled.
Check Gary Harris, man. Watch some Gary Harris games.
I will.
Check the film.
Go watch some old Gary Harris.
I will keep it in my fucking brain, and next time he's out there, I will definitely keep an eye for it.
He's gonna be rusty. Give my guy some time.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna just let it be based off his
12 minutes in. Jake's gonna be like, this guy stinks.
That guy sucks, man. Like one game back, like this guy sucks. He's getting cooked.
That's not
0 for 4.
Unless you play for the Lakers, then I might say something like that.
Oh, that's not like Laker fans. They be doing shit like that.
See the way.
Oh, George's gonna go 0-1.
I want to think about this. This should put our last opening banter next week, but I'm thinking about it now. Worst and most toxic fan bases.
Laker Nation, without a doubt. God. People are just gonna call me a hater.
Give some thought about it. Stop being biased. Give some thought about it.
Delusional. I'll give you a delusional one. Dallas Cowboys fan base can be pretty delusional. I feel like they're pretty bad.
I would say the worst fan base. The Lakers are in that. They're definitely in the top 1, 2. They're up there. Maybe it's because I'm from Cali, but they're up there. But Boston
they
fans
top 2 and they not 2.
I would say
fans
Boston.
stink. Like Boston
Because-
sports fans for the most part.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna go with the whole Boston sports fan because all their teams are pretty good. So that's what sucks. Like all of those fools went over there. So the whole fandom over here is just a shitty experience.
Yeah,
Like,
and I
they
want
just-
to specify this. I feel like Boston sports fans who are from not Boston aren't half bad, but I'm talking Boston sports fans from the Northeast.
Boston, because they probably
Right.
if you're a Boston sports fan, not from Boston, you're not a sports fan of all those teams anyway. You
Right.
probably just like the Red Sox or you like the Celtics or whatever the NHL team. But if you stay in Boston, you're a Boston sports fan. You don't give a damn. You're at the pub rooting for all of those damn teams on Twitter, just spewing some bullshit and just loving life.
I'll tell you right
So
now, the most misunderstood fan base is Raider Nation. I'm here and ready to say it.
I can
Most
agree with that.
misunderstood is Raider Nation.
they're not dangerous. I tell you that. People are
I'm sorry now.
It's cool.
They're there to party and have a great time, dude. Every time I go over to be part of Raider Nation, it is nothing but fucking hilarious, good vibes, turns up, great sports vibes, man. Most misunderstood fan base, in my experience, would probably be Raider Nation.
They booed my ass up out of there, but a lovely blue, no
Yeah,
violence.
I mean, I was in the cut of it. I was in the
Like,
cut of it, and it was
They socially distanced booed me. Like, it was
Dude,
good.
some dude wrapped Jacob in a Raider flag and screamed at him, but it was like the most loving, hilarious scream you ever heard in your life.
I looked at him. He was
How
like,
scared were you for a second?
Oh
right
man,
there.
we're in the scrum. I was like, I'm gonna have to
Trying to
die
get
with
in.
my brother right here on some tragic movie shit. Like,
I'm in a Maurice Jones-Drew jersey and my Jags beanie in December, and they're just Raiders. And I fucked up, by the way, because I made eye contact. you
yeah,
know?
what are you doing? Keep your fucking head down.
Absolutely. You know.
Just walk through.
Yeah. And I was like, and we locked eyes, and he went "Rah," and just wrapped me in it. And I kind of looked at him like, "You psycho mother!" And then he kind of like, my pops was next to me. My dad, kind of got a piece of it too. And my dad was like, "What are you doing, guy?" And then he looked at me, and he was like, "It's all love, dude." Like drunk as a skunk, and gave him a great dap and a hug. And I was like,
Yeah, good luck today.
These are
It's,
my
Pops
kind
was
of
about to
people.
hit his ass with an elbow. Like, boom.
Yeah.
man, we're
And
about to
then
have to
me and
really rumble. Like,
And me
shit.
and Pops both looked at him like, "You guys are my kind of people. You know that? You're actually my kind of people."
Yeah, it was funny,
That's
man.
jokes.
I
Most
agree with
misunderstood
that,
to
Zach.
me.
Yeah, Raider Nation's dope. I have no problem with Raider Nation.
I know I live with one, but he's not from Philadelphia. Philly
Eagle fans?
fans from Philly, for most all their sports, are aggressive. I'm just
They'll
saying.
boo you if you get injured. That sucks.
Shout
They are-
out Wayne.
they're aggressive.
I know a Philly fan from Philly, and that boy is
I've
aggressive.
seen that dude on Twitter.
Every time I
I've seen
talk
you on
about Ben
Twitter.
Simmons, we get into it. So shout out Wayne. We know it's all love, but he an aggressive Philly fan for sure. He reps his boys to the death. Respect out there.
So yeah, that was a
I've
good
seen
question.
some of those
Terrence.
heated
I like
exchanges.
that.
Actually, that was pretty funny.
It's
I
great
like
because
that.
the
That's
next
a
day
good
we
one.
always message each other like, "Man, I'm just on bullshit. I love you, dude." Like, it's just how
That's
Philly
funny.
fans are, emotional.
They are
Is he
aggressive.
from Philly?
He gotta be. He loves Philly. I don't know for sure, but
He's
he gotta
aggressive.
be. He's aggressive and he wears Philly gear. So like we went to college together, and every day he's in Philly gear. Like he's got every jersey from the Eagles and Sixers you could think of, and he's
Yeah,
wearing
got
them
all the
every
good-
day.
all
Does he
the
like
good
the
ones, at
Phillies?
least.
Is he a Phillies fan too?
I don't
I
know
don't
if
think
he's
he's
a
a big
baseball
baseball guy. He's a big basketball football guy, or like his
Philly's
two
got nice
go-tos.
jerseys on though. I just don't like the team.
Big time.
Their jerseys are fire.
Yeah, no, Philly got a courthouse in the Eagles stadium. Like it's
I could cop a Jimmy Rollins.
shit wild.
actually. I can go give me a Jimmy Rollins.
That'd be hot. Get that real Ryan Howard, even though he kind of washed out, but he had some great years.
Oh, Ryan Howard was sick.
Getting a Jimmy.
Sick.
Didn't he win an MVP?
Yeah.
Maybe, but he's a lefty. I don't like left-handed people.
All right. Cool.
Different story for a different day. No.
Cool.
I'm like Zach's bats
I
left-handed.
bet lefty
but
would have
it's
cool.
fine.
But he's right-handed, and
It's not
we
big
all
deal.
know I don't really like Zach. So no.
All right, but we have to talk about this series because this was a heated debate last week. Was
Oh, yeah.
OKC Houston, and I was told by everybody here Houston in 5, and I
Who
was
said that?
crazy man. I was a crazy man for
Why are you
even-
lying, dog?
Who?
said that?
For even giving him a shot.
Check the brackets on Twitter.
And
We all
I
had
just
Houston in
want
6.
My moment to say
guy's
like,
lying.
hey,
Liar.
I left that one
you guys
blank.
are as good as we thought as I thought they were.
Hey, I put on my bracket them at 6. So I'm gonna just
No,
say
I
that.
say Houston in 5. Yeah, that was me.
I don't
Even
know.
on the-
bro,
I think in the
I said
bracket
it in
too.
text messages. Houston in 5.
Yeah.
I got full of myself and said Houston in 5. But on
When they-
paper, I say
Yeah.
Houston in 6.
No, I put it in ink. I think I put it in ink. Houston in 5.
Oh yeah, no.
I'll have
I
to
had
check
it in
the
4
clips.
and I switched it.
I'll have
Wow,
to check
you
the
wild.
clips from last week. But man, it felt like Houston was sweeping after what happened last week.
did after game 2 as
The
well.
one thing I was wrong about
Delete all that shit.
was I thought Steve Adams was the difference maker, but it's Dort. Luka Dort is the difference maker in this series for OKC.
You said Adams? Come on, bro. They got
That's
PJ.
what I thought.
They
Well,
got PJ Tucker and
Yeah.
Covington, bro. Like
Yeah.
Adams ain't a big deal. Come on, man. Jeff Green, get out
Light
of
work.
here.
Hey,
And box
which
him
I
out.
ate my words on with you at that. I texted you during like game 2. I said Jeff Green is washed, and he is not washed. He's a very good basketball
He's
player
like,
still.
He's like their second, third best player right now.
So I
Eric Gordon too. I think wanting to throw the like washed grave on him every year, and he's not.
No.
Every year, I'd be like, he's washed. No, he's not actually. So,
And
my bad. though, Jake, go ahead.
my boy Billy D made a great move to win that game last game.
Not a Billy guy.
Yesterday. I know, but I got it. I defended him, and he came through for me. There's about 4 minutes left, or there was like 5.5 minutes left in the game, and they brought in Steve Adams back off the bench. And then Steve had like 3 bad possessions, and he got like a foul, and Houston was doing their thing a little. And he immediately, like I just criticized Doc for not adjusting on the fly, he immediately took out Steve and went small ball for the last 4 minutes of that game. And
Who'd he
it
put
really,
in?
the final was
Nerlens has been the athletic big he goes
no,
to.
he went all small ball. It
it was
the
all
It was
small.
the 3 guards, Dort,
Baisley.
and maybe Baisley.
Oh God, Baisley been man. He cannot shoot.
Yeah, but he
He
has
shoots
actually
a lot,
gave
but he
really
makes
good
all
minutes
small.
last game.
It was
Really
all
good minutes
small
No,
last
he
game.
don't suck. He's just young, but like man, he is not making shots right now.
And that is when they really helped get away. It was the 3 guards they have, Dort, and it might have been Baisley, Zach, but they went small ball, and it totally paid off. And I was like, dang it, Billy, way to adjust on the fly and back me up, because Zach told me to go to bat for you, and I did, and you backed me up right there. The
That's
series
okay.
is far from over. I don't know if Russ is going to
Yeah.
come back for game 5. Man, it's been so good. It's a close game every time. Christopher Paul is that guy. God, he's that guy.
Love Chris Paul. God, you can't watch Chris Paul
Didn't
and
he
honestly
elbow
not fall in
somebody
love
in the
with it.
nuts? Didn't he elbow somebody in the nuts?
It was Macklemore. I mean, it's
Chris
unfortunate.
Paul doing Chris Paul things. Great player, but always doing stupid shit.
Yeah, there's a
I
lot.
love
truth to
Chris.
that.
You can't watch him and not fall in love with the way he plays.
If
Unbelievable.
I have a
We-
son or daughter who wants to be a point guard, he or she will definitely be watching some Chris Paul film. That man is an
Ton of
amazing
it.
point guard.
He leads. He's 35 years old. He leads the league in clutch scoring.
So sick. So sick.
That's that dog where we talk about the playoffs. Tell you who.
No,
the
he got a
dogs
lot
are.
of dog in him, but then he'll elbow you in your nuts. So it's like,
Too much dog.
Okay. I'll bring it.
I don't know if that's too much dog. It's like, what kind of
I'm
dog
done.
are you, dude?
I got my OKC standing Thunder up. You know, I'm like a closet Thunder fan, I guess, because they're all ex-Clippers. Whatever you
Shout
guys
out
want
to
to say
Shea.
about the series, the floor is yours.
It's
James
it's
Harden's
Aaron.
amazing.
Yeah, James Harden's amazing. Although Dort has literally proven to give him trouble right now, and
Dort's a tank. Look how big
yeah,
he
it's
is.
tank
But
versus
he's
tank.
fast.
It's tank versus tank.
Shit. Yeah, tank versus tank, basically. That's good.
But I have full confidence that like Harden probably figures him out defensively.
Isn't that
he is
man back?
He's an absolutely
I haven't seen anything official yet, but he was working hard pregame last game.
who Westbrook.
Brody, your boy Brody.
Oh yeah. If
First
Brody
play
comes back, a ton of confidence. Without
First
Brody
play
in this
back, he
series,
gotta
it's
dunk on
really
Steven
up in the
Adams.
air. I still like Houston.
Houston in 6.
Yeah, I could see that still. But damn, Thunder are dope. Like a lot of fight. Remind me a lot of last year's Clipper team. Written off.
Yeah.
No one really expects it, and just a ton of fight and some really talented players out there. Just a little bit better than that Clipper team because you have someone like Chris Paul, whereas we had Lou Williams leading us. But very similar as far as just will to win every night and so much fight. Love it, and I love how much Chris Paul coaches up the other guards on that team consistently. You see it all the time with Schroeder and Shea.
is so good. He's
And
so
it's
much better
like-
than I thought.
That if you're a guard and you have Chris Paul at this age on your team, like you would be an absolute jackass to not do what those guys do and soak it up and just pick his brain and get him to teach you all these things that he's teaching them because he is like
Pick and choose what you learn from him, though.
Yeah, I mean, as far as
The
on the
nut
court
punchers,
ability, right? As far
leave
as
that
on the
alone.
court ability, like what before the whistle, is blown, like while the game's being in motion and in play, learn everything you can from that man because he is a hell of a point god, the true point god.
And well spoken, because he his interview speaking about all the
Banger.
racial tensions and injustices going on as well. He
Which is
spoke really
hard
well.
to keep heady about it, fresh off such a grueling win. It wasn't like a blowout win. You had time to think about it. I mean, they were going to the wire, back and forth, back and forth. A pivotal. You're down 2-1, must-win game. I mean, it was a mentally fatiguing game if you're in that game.
Hey,
And,
hey,
yeah, my guy, my little god dog over there handling. And he had the wherewithal to
you gotta run the blocks. He must have seen some money.
to stay true to the message. Well said, Terrence. Exactly. He had the. There's a reason he's a leader of the Players Association and he's respected amongst his peers.
Facts.
Anything to say about the Eastern Conference? Sweep.
The only thing I had to say is
sweep.
very predictable first round. I do think the second round of the Eastern Conference is going to be very good.
Yes.
Both series.
It's Milwaukee
And Miami, yeah. And then C's in Toronto. C's in Toronto is going to be a banger.
Ooh, that's a coaching duel.
Toronto
Like
is
chess
going
match.
to win the title. I'm going to say it here now.
Oh, look at you
I'm
switch up your picks. What are you going to switch up to?
I already had Toronto in the finals. Shut
But
up.
you didn't pick them to win it.
Okay, I think I had them losing in 7.
Here, man.
So I'm switching one game. Like,
Yeah.
Here we go.
Goddamn waffler.
You know what? Jake, I won't even do it. I'm gonna stay with the Clippers,
No, I
even
don't
though
like
in
But
my
Terrence-
heart,
I got the
It's in my-
C's beating the Toronto right now, and I don't feel
guys-
good about it at all.
At all, Zach. I did the same thing, and I don't feel good.
is
I
Kyle
don't feel
Lowry?
good at all.
I don't think Kyle Lowry's hurt, so we should be fine.
How
It's
do you
better
get hurt?
anyways.
How do you get hurt when you beat the ass that bad? Like, how do you got hurt?
He got hurt early. He got hurt like first quarter,
It's
second quarter.
better.
I agree with Zach. Terrence was the only one that had Toronto overseas, and I don't.
You don't either?
I have. I'm pretty sure I have Celtics over. I'd have to double check our clips. I think I had Celtics over Toronto, and I just don't.
I don't feel good about it at all.
I don't know
I
why.
thought
Toronto
Zach
is
was the
so
only one that had
dangerous.
Well, no. Then I had Bucks beating
Celtics, and I got Bucks going in.
All three of us have different Eastern Conference people representing. That's what's great.
The East is good, dude.
Which
I don't
means
know
somehow the
It's
Miami
top-heavy.
Heat are going to
good
the
teams
finals.
Are good, but the other teams aren't.
It's all top heavy.
Dude, if they do that, Jimmy Butler. Wow, you are better than I.
They're definitely not. But I think
Zach's
that's going to
hoping
be a
not
good
because
series.
Zach's been not on the Jimmy Butler.
Is he gonna
train.
strap up Giannis? Jimmy's a good
Giannis
matchup.
can
try.
he'll try.
try.
So
but,
is
uh,
Bam. Bam's a good matchup for Giannis as well.
Giannis just has the ability to strap himself sometimes if like his bag doesn't show up that day. Like he's a streaky shooter. If the rest of his stuff doesn't fall in line on a given night, he's liable to have like a 5 for 18 night. But
Is
the difference
Budinger the
is
right coach
he's
for
going to
him?
get like 10 free throws or more. So he's going to be okay.
Not Budinger. It's
Budinger,
Budenholzer.
whatever his name.
Budenholzer.
Budenholzer, Budinger.
Shout out
that's
Chase Budinger.
That's my Chase Budinger. That's my guy, Arizona volleyball
sure.
hooper. But yeah, whatever. Budenholzer.
I think he's a good coach. I don't think
No, he's a
Budenhol-
really good coach.
I don't
but
think
is he the right coach for Giannis?
Yeah, I think he's okay for Giannis. You know, I think there might be better people for Giannis, but I think
Budenholzer's
Budenholzer's
a
fine.
team guy. I think he's like the
Don't you remember
Like a
the
really
the
good
Hawks?
team coach.
It was all team basketball with the Hawks.
yeah.
Oh.
That's
I
what
think
he's
he's a
trying to
really
do
good
here.
team guy.
And a lot of people want it to be like ran through Giannis more, and he's running it more through the team. I mean, he's got some great success there in Milwaukee. I don't want to try to knock him at all.
No, he's a good coach. He's a really good coach.
But I see what you mean, Terrence, where it's like I don't know if Giannis is the right guy then for what you're trying to do.
I think the
Yeah.
problem is there's just not a good. The cast around Giannis isn't that good.
I disagree. I think it's good for what he does, for what the coaching style is.
They need better than Middleton as your B.
How my boy Patty Connaughton.
He's nice.
Yeah,
Got a nice fastball too. Super
an athlete.
athlete. But
We
before we
done?
get off that, I do
Grow
want to talk
up, Jake. Grow up.
about basketball. Did you guys see the Nets are trying to get Popovich? That is,
Dude,
I
yeah.
did see that. I don't
I
think
can't
he,
see San Antonio doing that.
I can't see San Antonio. Like I can't see him personally going.
I
to
need
coach
two
somewhere
firsts.
else.
Yeah.
Are we trading coaches again, like the Clippers did for Doc? Are we?
I
about
need
to do
two
that?
firsts if you want Pop.
At least.
Get out of here.
Two
I need
firsts.
two firsts.
You're gonna change your whole franchise around.
I need two firsts.
The
And
way
some
you
cap.
guys think.
This is what's weird to me is like they said because KD loves Pop. Like this is the idea is KD wants him. I feel like Kyrie not gonna vibe when Pop brings the military, grind it out and stern Pop
He's
gets up
played
in there.
for him though.
Who Kyrie? Who in Team
Yeah.
USA?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a much different setting. You go into Team
Well,
USA
yeah,
knowing you're the
off
man.
top.
Like we,
Well, off top. Yeah.
like
He has. Well, that's
And
only
I
KD's only
worry-
experience with him as well.
yeah. I worry about Kyrie's attitude and the kind of image we have of Kyrie as a teammate. I kind of worry if now that's true, how that's going to mesh with.
I know Kyrie was right.
With how things have been always ran with Pop's teams. That's the only thing I thought when I saw that. But I mean, it's never wrong to go after Pop.
I agree, but I do think Kyrie was right with everything he said. Why he didn't want to go to the bubble, and with everything that it could be a distraction.
Totally fine.
That on the nail on the head, actually.
Yeah, I'm not even talking about that. I think like you've seen throughout his time when he was a Celtic,
No, I'm not
at
even
the
saying
end
that.
of
I'm just
his
saying, like, shout
Cleveland
out to him 'cause
career.
he was
Yeah,
right.
sometimes he'd be on for sure. Like he's not as crazy as people
Is
think.
the world
but
flat though?
but as far as a basketball, teammate,
You didn't
I
answer my
think
question.
the world
Where's
is
all the
not
water?
flat.
Where's all the water going then? That's flowing off the edge of the world.
You tell me.
Ask Kyrie, dude.
Tell me.
I don't know.
Use your common sense.
I'm trying.
But yeah, I would be crazy. I need 2 firsts for sure, at least. Shit, and throw me Patty.
So where does it start and end if the world is flat?
What are the edges? What are the edges?
Yeah, like bro, like what's the first city?
Where
What's
do
the
I?
last city? Like,
Where do we?
and
Fall?
where am I?
Where do we fall? Yeah.
Like, am I just
I mean, I guess you
mid
would-
Earth?
You're gonna like.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jake. Go ahead. You're gonna what?
Cut the globe open. Cut it open, Jake, and lay it out on the
thinking,
ground.
like the equator is where you unfold it, and I don't
Huh?
know.
And how many sides?
Just what? What do you mean?
So just unfolded it like a box. He's
Yeah,
like,
exactly. What
you
do you mean?
unfolded it. Like Jacob just origami the earth. He's like, did you see his hands? He's like, you unfold it like a flower. Like, is it one of these things that
What's that candy that
B-
you unfolded and pop out? Was that
No.
shit?
the things that the little girls used to have? Pick blue. BLUE.
Oh,
now
yeah.
pick 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, what the hell? Is that what we're unfolding right now?
And then you get to the end and you see you break the code and Earth is just flat.
Yeah.
dog.
Kyrie's onto something. He might be.
The
Good
equator is technically like the middle of the earth, so I'm thinking you just
Interesting.
like unfold at the equator and make it flat. Like,
Okay, interesting. so then the edges are the poles, right? So is that what you're saying? Like the
I
North
think
Pole?
this is
I
a
don't
good
It's the
time
edge?
to shout out Bill Nye.
Yeah.
He will be a future guest.
oh
Since
god,
we talk about some crazy shit all the time, Bill.
I need
please
his
come on the
backup. I
pod.
We're gonna need Bill to come.
slandered.
We're gonna need Bill to come in here and straighten some
What
shit
are we on?
out.
What episode are we on?
28.
Eight.
28.
So by episode like 150, Bill, come through, baby.
You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna be out here by then, man.
You're literally
Trust
like
the
a legend
process.
of our childhood. I need you on here one time, man.
Yes, sir. Bill Nye.
Yeah.
And honestly, while we at it, the whole cast of Friends.
Yeah.
They right over his head. The whole cast of Friends. We
Jacob's
get him free pub all the
defeated.
time.
Jacob's
It didn't
goddamn
make
defeated.
sense with the way I did it. It didn't.
It didn't. You unfolded some flower origami and said it was the Earth.
Fuck you, Kyrie. This is
Are
your
we?
fault.
Are we still in basketball? Or where we hopping? I'm ready to talk.
I
some
got
baseball.
nothing left. We already did the East. I got nothing left.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the guy I talk about all the time. They told the homie, "Don't swing at 3-0. It's bad for the game." Then, like a team the next day wins a game coming back from 9 runs. So it's like, shut up.
Oh, we
Don't want to
talking
hear
about
that.
Grand Slam Diego? Slam
Yeah.
Diego?
Yeah, we
I
talk
think
about
I'm-
the greatness in Fernando Tatis Jr. I
I'm
wanna
ready
talk
to
about that.
anoint Fernando Tatis Jr. as the official
Face
first
of baseball.
favorite conclusive and unanimous favorite player of this pod is Tatis Jr. I'm ready to anoint him.
I got
An
one
all-time
yes.
favorite of
I am.
an
I
all-time
am
favorite
down.
for this pod
yeah.
is Fernando Tatis Jr.
And his
Throw it out
vice
there too.
president is
Come
Trevor
on,
Bauer.
Fernando too. Come through on
Yeah.
the pod. Episode 150. By 150, Fernando, come through.
Fernando Tatis is the president of our fan club here, and the vice president is Trevor Bauer. If we can agree on that, I fucking love Trevor
man.
Bauer, dog.
Dude,
Yeah.
he chugged the beer last game.
Yeah,
Bro.
we'll get to that in a
So
second. But to go to Grand Slam Diego, like you said, Terrence, 7-0 since the 3-0 topic.
dope.
Oh,
And
it fires
just
me
to
up.
flip it the other way, the Rangers who threw at him are 0-7 since that. So stop
Fires me
hating.
up.
Don't get your funny up, get your money up. Stop throwing at people.
I had never heard that. Don't get your funny up, get your money up. I like that.
And we were actually talking about this too in the production meeting yesterday. So the big deal was you're up by 7 runs and you're swinging 3-0 and extending this lead. Whoop-de-whoop. What happened in Major League Baseball the next day or 2 days
9-0.
later? Yeah, a team blew a 9-0 lead, dude. So get real, Texas. There is no safe lead in today's baseball. Dingers fly out of the ballpark, you goofballs. Show
The
up or get
baseballs
ran
are
out the
juiced.
building.
The baseballs are juiced.
They could be
Man.
juiced right again. I mean, White Sox hit like 4 home runs a night right now. It's outrageous the way the
Bro,
White
do you
Sox
see
hit home
that
runs.
lineup right now? Those dudes are just mashing, and they're all so young.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, don't get me started on the White Sox.
Here's
Me and Zach were definitely on
here's
that
my
pick.
bummer about
Yeah.
baseball though. Is what I kind of told you. The season's already almost done, and it feels like we just started. And that's why I feel like this
I
championship.
feel like the Cardinals still got a whole season.
I know. that's
Cardinals only
actually
played like 9
fairly-
games.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel like the
actually
Cardinals still
fairly
got a whole
accurate.
season.
That's actually fairly accurate. But yeah, man, I don't know. It just feels weird. I hate the feeling of this season, but
I mean, I'm sad to see baseball go so quick, but I'm so happy it's here.
It should have been like maybe 100 games or something. 60?
which is what
or
they
something
wanted.
weird.
Bauer wanted 100.
Is that what the players wanted?
They tried.
Yeah.
They didn't get the players
players
that they
wanted
wanted.
No.
Remember, and then Manfred, we got all hyped up because even Manfred said like we were never doing anything other than 60 games, and Bauer and the rest.
I
of
don't
us
get why the
said, what
owners don't want
fuck
more
do-
games though. I didn't even realize.
Well,
that was
because
the
think
case.
about it, the
You
more
gotta- still
games you
gotta-
play, the more you're
more-
gonna have to pay these guys. You're not getting ticket revenue and concession revenue and the ad
You're getting
revenue.
TV revenue.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not all anymore than that.
And ain't nobody watching baseball anymore after that. They make
And
all their
even
money
your
from
TV
people
revenue
actually
is probably
coming
not.
to the
And
games.
you're not broadcasting as many games every week without the fans like this, and
Yeah.
You know,
have
it
we
just falls into the
seen
bottom
these? Have we seen these extensions and these contracts, dude? Like TV, you need more than TV revenue right now. You need to like
Yeah, no facts. I get that. 'cause
buy
it's like-
another country money.
If you
like.
think about it, everybody always talks about how nobody watches baseball on TV anyway. Like they make all their money from people getting blasted at the games and paying for tickets. Like concession stand prices are still expensive.
But yeah, I would actually say Trevor Bauer for president and Tatis Jr. for vice president, Jake. But I can go on either one. Trevor Bauer.
I don't
is the
know, man. That catch
Man, he's the
Tatis
man.
had over his head where he fully jumped, like looked like the Jumpman sign. That shit should be the new logo of MLB. So
Yeah, that's fire.
Tatis is falling into that range of what I said. Mookie and Mike are really the only ones that can do it. Where even if Tatis doesn't hit a 3-0 grand salami in the night,
It looks
he's gonna
cool.
he's gonna do something that you're gonna be like, well, goddamn, that guy is really good at baseball, and I enjoyed that. Not everybody does that every night. There's not everybody in the league that can do that. Fernando Tatis is looking like one of those guys that will do that. Where it doesn't matter what he's doing, swiping back, swiping third up 6-0. Stop me if you can. You know, sprawling out, starting these crazy double plays because he grabbed it and got rid of it in the blink of an eye. You almost missed it. He did it so quick. Jumping off the building to grab a cool ass catch that makes you look like the Jumpman logo. He does something every game where you're just like, Christ in heaven, this guy is good at baseball, and it doesn't matter what part of the game he's good at. He's falling into that category with Mookie Betts and Mike Trout. It's pretty cool to watch.
Yeah.
Another guy that's starting to heat up too that we were hating on, that people hate on, is Manny Machado. That bat is starting to hit.
I love Machado.
They're starting to pick it up.
Man.
That team's
my
just
guy.
good over there. I love
They
San
got
Diego.
bats. God, they got bats.
I'm already
Hosmer?
ready to say it. I'm a Padre fan, so I got
I
my
tried to
jersey.
tell you 3 episodes ago, and you tried to tell me no, and I was like, would you knock it off?
I knew like a
Bill?
few years ago I liked the Padres, but now like I'm really a Padre fan.
Yeah. Padres are cool. Like, it sucks that they're in the division, so I threw from to lose a lot, but they're cool. Like, I definitely dig that team and a lot of the players they got over there.
Well, they're going to the wild card, so see
Look,
y'all in
this man, Trevor Bauer, has got like a sub-1 ERA, striking dudes out, walking like McGregor, taking his shirt off after a complete game to rep whatever the brand is that he's got, fake chugging a beer to break the record so Budweiser has to throw all this free beer at people. Like, this man is an absolute legend. To talk the talk and to walk the walk he is the way he is right now is absurd. Like, he's really telling the front office and the executives of the league, like, fuck
Be better.
off,
Be better.
and then he walking out there and really just putting everybody down. Like, everybody
bad man.
down.
Bad man.
That is a
Bad
bad man right now. This guy had a career 4 ERA walking into this year and said, yeah, bet. And went out here and has got sub-1 right now. Give me a
and
break.
one of the toughest pitchers ballparks, by the way, is in Cincinnati.
In a tough division. Christian Yelich is in that division, dude. The Cubs are in that division with
That
Rizzo
man ain't
and
right now.
Baez. Like, dude, this man really doing it right now.
Is Yelich even playing baseball this year?
I don't even know if he showed up. He's been terrible.
But I will say this:
guy.
as great as Bauer's been, like Sonny Gray has a low 2 ERA over there as well. I was like,
Oh.
damn, man, y'all balling over there. But then you
The
check
Reds
rest of the
bullpen
pitchers.
has been pretty
Sorry.
bad. Outside of that, their starting staff is good.
Castillo, he could be better right now. His ERA
Yeah.
is like in a
He's
forest,
young.
but
He's young.
he's nice though.
Yeah,
but-
that's what I'm saying.
stuff.
He's just young.
Good stuff.
How long is Bauer there for? Is he signed to a solid deal?
No idea. But
I don't know off the top of my head, but I'm sure
Is
right
it
now
more
they're
than 1
working
year?
some stuff over. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think he's a guy that I've seen on like the head of free agent list.
I wonder if Sonny probably not there anymore. He's probably on a 1 year deal.
Yeah, they've. I like the Reds. I wish that bullpen would be better because there's some talent over there.
I got nothing else
What-
for baseball at
what-
the moment. Dodgers are
Oh,
still
Dodgers are
really
the
good.
best, and the
I
White
tried
Sox
to tell
are
you a
sick.
couple days ago, Cody Bellinger's coming around. That boy hitting the dog meat out the ball right now.
It's hard for me to like with the way the Dodgers are pitching and hitting. It's really like a video game. Like you just like they just feel like the best at both. It feels like they're gonna outpitch you every night, out hit you, and you're not gonna really have a chance in the game.
Somebody's apartment has a dog fight going up. It sounds
It's
intense
me.
over there.
I'm sorry, guys. It's my neighbor. His dog be yapping when he leaves. I just heard him hit the elevator, so now the dog's like, "Come back, please come back." He yaps himself
get
out in
it.
a couple minutes. I'm sorry, man.
Poor guy.
Hey, life of doing the podcast at home from apartments. Now you're gonna hear the 7-Eleven truck, the ambulance. You might hear the dog.
Pandemic podcast.
It's all good.
huh?
We're gonna
Yeah.
parlay
Yeah,
this
give
into
Don't anybody take that pandemic podcast. That's good. I like that.
we're gonna parlay this into a deal with like Petco or somebody because
Yeah.
we're gonna bring Chance in. We're gonna get that dog. It's barking in the background.
They're
We're
gonna
gonna,
hear that
we're gonna
dog?
parlay this.
Do you know how your dog feels when you leave, and then we can play like this? You
It's
know?
gonna be like a CBD treat.
It's gonna be. You already got it right now. Here's our partnership. It's gonna be like one of those doggy cams away from home where you can like smile
Yeah.
if it pops on, and you can like talk to your dog when you're away, so he doesn't feel so alone. You know, look how your dog feels when you leave for the day. And he's
I had one
like
of those.
going nuts.
Scared the shit out of Chance.
He was
like-
like,
I was
I don't
like-
like this.
I had it. I was at work, bro. The camera moved, and I could see him. He looked at it like, "What the hell was that?" And it just kept. I kept moving it to see, and he was just looking at it like, "What the hell?" Is that? And then I could talk to it, so I started talking to him. But he sprinted to the room and went under the bed. He was done
I'm
with
outta
that.
here.
Like,
This
hell,
is weird.
hell
I
no.
don't like this.
Hell no, it's possessed. Don't do this.
Get this magic away from me, Ricky Bobby. Like he was like, "What in God's name? Black magic
Bro, he
going on
looked
over
at
here?"
that camera like, "Oh hell
They're
no."
watching.
That was so funny. I never used it again. I was like, I can't do that to you, bro. That was
It's
foul.
it's finally that time, guys.
What?
NFL.
NFL, man, fantasy football's here. Like we gotta start preparing. Drafts are coming up.
I'm so unprepared. I got drafts all weekend. Actually, that's what's crazy.
You
I'm
know
so
what
unprepared.
stinks about like not having the coverage we need is like my rookie board this year is blank. Like I don't
The
even
dude
know
from
what
the
rookies
Chiefs.
I
That's
like.
all I got. That's
Like-
all I got.
I just man, my rookie board is blank this year. I got nothing. I'm gonna pick up that
For
tight end.
Fantasy
Football. Yeah. I'm gonna pick up that tight end from the Bears out of love just because we got 10 of them, and that's the only rookie I really know right now. Like,
I'm playing at quarterback.
Damn.
Sorry, Terrence. I beat you to it this time.
Damn.
oh,
I'm mad. I'm actually
okay.
pretty mad about that. I don't appreciate you not letting me get my Trubisky slander out before you can do it.
crazy, Jay.
It's all right.
You're like,
It's all right. He's probably a better fullback.
Of all people, you dog, you.
You can't tell me if you didn't run Trubisky in a specials package at tight end, that wouldn't be nice. Like I
Zach,
feel like you could do some shit with that.
Zach been catching
Just
Bears
seen-
seed already today. They
I
already
just
said
seen
that
12 make a great
Lionel
throw,
Messi-
or 10 make a great throw, man.
Somebody told Zach in a group chat.
You don't
today
even know
that
his
the
number.
Bears-
This guy don't even know his number.
It's 10. His
12,
number's
10, 11, 14.
Trubisky's 10.
Whatever, dude.
Isn't
guy.
he like 80? Isn't he like 83 or something like that?
Fuck
That's
this
the
guy,
other
man.
Get that guy a wide receiver number, man. Tight end.
Man. Nah,
47?
10 made a really sick throw in practice with soft coverage. I was pretty stoked.
10.
still
10.
on
Jimmy
my
G?
team.
Jimmy G.
Oh, that is a good 10. Good pull.
That was only
Eli
10 I
Manning's
could think of.
Whatever, man.
But number 9, though.
It's
is
rough
Matt.
for us out here, dude.
That's a good dude. That's a good
It's a lot of number 9s, though.
We,
It's a lot of number 9s.
We snagged Timmy Jernigan. I'm kind of stoked about that. My Jags.
Oh, that's a good
What's up with your boy, though? Why is he still on the team and not on my Lions?
Yannick?
Yeah, what's up with
Because
him?
you won't give us 8 first-round picks, apparently. I don't know
Well,
what the hell we're doing.
shit, that's stupid of you to think that. Like, take this third and get on your day.
Third, you're out of pocket. That's exactly why he's not on your team. If that's the fucking
Okay, we'll
package
take
they're
this
coming
third and fourth. My bad.
Oh,
take
yeah,
this
you're-
third and next year 7th.
with. Hey, say it again.
I feel like we're getting farther away from the goal.
Third and fourth.
All right. What you need?
We
What
gotta
do
let
you
him
need
walk
to get
before
him?
we do that.
Yeah,
First,
what-
Who is
at
Jacksonville?
minimum
Realistically.
first. Minimum first.
What do you want if you're Jacksonville?
For Yannick Ngakoue, you gotta go at least one first-round pick. Minimum.
Okay, what if no one's
Minimum.
giving you a first?
Then you cannot trade. I don't think you can just settle because nobody's giving you that. That's not.
I think you have
that-
to because the man's not even coming to camp.
I'm not doing it. There's no way. I'm waiting it out. I'm waiting it out until close to the trade deadline, like we did with Ramsey.
and then now you're
some-
going to get a fourth.
No, because with Ramsey, what I got, somebody got desperate, and I got 2 firsts. 2 firsts. When you get desperate in the playoff
Bang.
hunt and you need it, you'll give it up.
True. injuries, you know, edge
I can
rusher
feel that.
goes
I feel that. I
down.
feel that.
You're in the hunt. You need something.
We
might
said that
deal
last
out.
year, like we're gonna have to settle, and I'm like, I don't know, somebody's gonna get desperate, and the
But
Rams
corner,
got
but he's a
desperate.
pass rush. Corner and pass rush are the two most important.
Man, and he's an elite pass rush.
Y'all
Yeah.
just come around, dog. Just stay
He is
off the
elite.
contract, man. Fuck.
Your
He's like,
shit's
we
weird
have-
over there, Jay. You
but
heard
then he's
Jaden.
like,
Yo,
we're
man,
being
it
led
crushed
by
my
a
soul.
guy in joggers. Like
Jorts.
jorts, yeah, in jorts.
I wish-
Being
I
led by a
wish
guy
he
in
was wearing
jorts.
Hey, I'll tell you right now. I said it to you guys. He got that.
I like Minshew, though.
He got like the Clay Matthews almost. He got like that hair coming out the back of the helmet. It just looks all wet. If he rocks that all game, we're 16-0, baby. We ain't losing.
If he starts throwing it with like a little bit more zip, he'll be nice. But
Hey,
Minshew
man.
makes plays though. He's a playmaker.
Brett Favre was leading the hell of a lead with jorts on, man. Like I'm not ready to write him off. Like I'm not ready to write bro
If
off
he
at all.
don't, true facts. If Minshew doesn't get a Wrangler deal, he's fucking up.
Man, Favre got drafted in the jorts. Like he was all about it.
More serious.
That man, Brett was different.
Different.
Here's my question. Why is everyone? We were just talking about Boston. Why is everyone in Boston surprised that Cam Newton's winning the job? Why are they
Why?
surprised?
Yeah,
Why is
water's
it
wet.
news? Yeah,
Cam
why
Newton's
is it
better than
news?
Jared Stidham. Holy shit, water's wet, dude.
What the
Like,
fuck? How'd that happen? Like, what are we doing?
what are we shocked about? I don't get
Of
it.
course he's better than Jared Stidham.
Like,
I wonder what it had to really do with.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Interesting.
You're right.
Weirdos.
I digress. Cam Newton's winning that job, and I can't wait for him to throw his first touchdown.
Did he really win
Turn
the
up
job,
on-
or did they just trade for Cam and immediately pencil him to QB1? Like, who didn't pencil him in right away to pen him in permanent ink right away to QB1 as soon as they got him? Like, who really didn't?
All of their media, because they
Weirdos.
Cam got there. The moment Cam
Weirdos.
got there, everybody was hot. Like, okay, well, he has to earn the job. Sure, bro.
Yeah,
Bill's like, sure, bro. Can't wait to run this crazy ass run package with Cam now.
what the hell?
Bro, they're gonna run the hell out of the ball on people and watch them still win 11 games.
11?
I mean, we all
But
said
my
they were gonna-
fantasy pick though, I will go before we get off this, without
You got like a
giving my
sleeper.
team.
You got a sleeper for
course.
us? Let me hear it.
Kenny Galladay. You
Oh
touch
my
him
God, dude.
in
Of
my
course we
league,
knew
I'm
you were
gonna
gonna
fight
do
you.
that.
I'm just letting people know that's in my league. Do not touch Kenny Galladay.
I'm done with Kenny Galladay, dude. I have
Good,
him.
good,
I like
good.
him.
You're good,
But it's
good,
like-
good. Beat it. Beat it. Don't like him.
All
Don't
right,
like him.
I guess. All
Don't
right.
like him. Don't like him. Don't
Before
draft
we,
him. Don't like him.
Before we get to our little, end of our discussion, we get to really see what people have been up to in the last week. As always, man, this podcast brought to you by 5 Star Vintage. Such a cool website, man. All your retro fire jerseys, T-shirts, all that stuff you haven't seen in years. Like, number one place to go to. I can't stress this enough. This is such a gem of a clothing a place. If you're into like that retro stuff, like this is some thrifty stuff you're gonna find on there, like really good condition type stuff. I didn't get this exactly from him, but this is the type of gear you're gonna get. Really cool, old school, vintage bands, jerseys, sports stuff. He's got all sorts of knickknack stuff now too. 5starvintage.com. Go there. Use the promo code OTHERTEAM, all one word. You're gonna get 15% off. That's a banger of a hookup, man. Once again, 5starvintage.com. Promo code OTHERTEAM. Go on there and support, man. That's one of our own personal homies. That's a company that we're close to on this podcast, and go in there and support.
Like, subscribe, all that.
All that, like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. I put my name on that company. You're gonna be like surprised and happy if you get stuff from there. So as always, 5starvintage.com, man. Go there, 15% off. Other Team, all one word. Shout out Steve. Probably coming on here pretty soon as a guest, man. What a great company. So I stress it every week when we do the ad, like so cool because we really saw that company come from like so ground up to where it is now. It's just awesome.
I'm not going to get into it because we'll tell the story when my guy comes up on here. But yeah, like I said, I've known Steve for a long time, and to see the progression of what he's done is amazing.
And it's such a cool company.
always
Like,
the
he's
adage
got
of just
banger gear.
trust the process, man. Just trust the process.
But to bring us home, what we've been up to, guys?
Oh,
What,
Zach, it's not what we've been up to yet. We gotta
Oh, my parlay.
Just jump in, Jake. What you got for us, Jake?
Yeah,
What you
come
got?
on,
Well,
dog.
I just wanted to briefly mention that Lionel Messi put on his papers today he's
Who?
leaving Barcelona, and it's
Who
the
is that?
biggest. It's
Who is
the
that?
biggest transfer probably going to be ever in the history of the game. Like
Is this
when-
soccer?
you know what
Oh,
I'm
we're talking
saying?
about soccer.
Football. We're talking football.
When
Terrence.
Ronaldo left.
That's the best player in the
writing
world.
was on the wall. We kind of really knew it was going to happen. But Messi is still kind of groundbreaking with the way
Is he leaving the league?
he's
Yeah, he's leaving Spain.
Barcelona. He's going somewhere different.
Okay,
Yeah.
where did Ronaldo go?
He went to Italy.
But Ronaldo had already bounced around. Lionel Messi has been with this club since he was 13 years old. He came up in their system. He's like a lifer there. Ronaldo had already played for Man United and then came over, and
Ronaldo technically came up and played for Sporting in Portugal first, then the
Yes.
United, then to Real Madrid, now to
is it
Juve.
other players who've been lifers for their teams?
Yeah, but not. I don't think of Lionel Messi
This caliber.
like this. Like it's been a while since you've had one that has really come up through a team's academy like this and had the success globally and just the
Are they not good anymore?
Who, Barca?
Talk to me like I'm 5. I don't know anything about
Barcelona just got destroyed. Probably worst loss in possibly club history. 8-2, got booted out of Champions League.
And
Like
They're
destroyed.
not even in their top league anymore. They just got dropped from the league.
No, they didn't get relegated.
No. They just
Oh,
had
I
a
was gonna
bad
say,
loss.
they got relegated. No wonder the homie
But,
bounced.
No,
but their
hell no.
team has been not been performing to
Up
the
to standards.
capabilities, up to standards because it's like boardroom politics and people can't agree on what direction the club needs to go. And Messi has been voicing frustration for a while since they let Neymar leave to go to PSG when they had a really great thing going. Pep Guardiola leaves to go coach elsewhere,
Didn't they have
and-
Sergio Ramos?
and now
No, he's Real
absolutely
Madrid.
Not. He is a
Barcelona nemesis.
Or did they just play on the same national team? Was that it?
Yeah.
Nope, not that either, because Sergio Ramos is a Spaniard and Lionel Messi is Argentinian. He's like Lionel's biggest foe. He's a defender for Real Madrid throughout all those big clashes between Barca and Real Madrid.
So they're just always on the field against each other.
Yeah, big like arch nemesis, defender against striker, big arch nemesis.
But I just wanted to mention that it's kind of a crazy thing that happened in sports.
Everyone thinks they can get a piece of him right now too. Like every big club is like, Man City's scraping together change.
I saw the MLS team. They trying to shoot their shot. That'd be dope.
That shit was funny. Yeah,
Come to the
that's-
MLS.
Yeah,
MLS.
that shit was
come.
a really good funny joke. That's all that was by them. They were just being funny on Twitter and stuff like that. But theoretically, I
Wouldn't
don't
it be
know.
dope if he came?
No, it would be terrible for soccer. He's way too good to come here. It'd be
Why?
terrible.
Why not?
Because
It'd be great for the MLS.
no, it wouldn't. It's the MLS can't do anything important. They can't go to any of the important European tournaments, which build your legacy as
Which
a
is
player.
why it's
and
stupid.
do
Though.
the
Why
cool
don't
stuff.
they allow any of the MLS to do that? Why isn't
Because
the
they're
MLS
not
able
any
to?
good. They're that's not the way
Because they don't have
FIFA
guys like
rules.
Messi though.
This is another conversation. It's just not the way FIFA. It's a
But
lot
that's what I'm
deeper
saying.
into
Explain
FIFA
it
rules.
to me. Well, let's get into it. We don't.
It's
ever talk about
North
soccer
America
anyway.
versus Europe. All the good stuff is in
Calm
Europe.
down.
North America is
Calm
not
down.
allowed
Okay,
in
tell
this.
me.
It would be like
Calm down and tell me.
it would be like Chris Paul right now at 35, still like in the heat of his game, going to play like in like Slovenia. It wouldn't make sense for anybody involved.
But yeah, that's because in basketball you don't have any international tournaments. But I'm asking, like, why isn't the
Oh,
MLS
well, there's
ever
no like
involved in
North
any of those
American
things?
tournaments. There's like no like.
FIFA regulations like North America has its own tournaments and Europe has its own
Yeah,
tournaments.
the competition level is just like a huge disparity. So like it just
No,
wouldn't.
I
make
get the
sense.
competition disparity. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm asking why don't they be able to participate in any other country in those
Well,
tournaments?
mainly because of that, like the competition level is so drastic. Like it wouldn't, like. So put it like this: the MLS All-Star team plays against a single European club every year for like their All-Star game. So like Man United will come just one club and come mop the floor with MLS All-Stars.
Mm-hmm. I get that. I'm just saying, but like you can't
sense.
get better if you're gonna have like that
Yeah,
restriction.
the
on
game's
it
just
and
not
stuff.
big enough.
Like
The
why?
game's just
But
not
it's like
big
the
enough
same
over
reason
here.
why you're saying Messi won't come over is why the league isn't getting better though. It's like, well, why would the better players ever come over if they know they can't play in those bigger games?
I feel that. I mean, I've always wanted to, like when, but it doesn't.
Like, I get what you guys are saying. I'm just saying
It's
it's
baby
never gonna-
steps. It's baby
Yes,
steps.
it's
You would have
baby
to start
steps.
with Europa. You would never just go straight to Champions League. And Messi is a Champions League caliber player.
Well, obviously it's Lionel Messi, but like I'm just saying, like with all that being said, is that why those guys, why
Yeah.
the tournaments don't happen? Well, that's why nobody comes over those because it's
like it's a
competition.
logistics thing. It'd be hard to schedule a tournament flying from like time zones
yeah.
and stuff, London, and you got an American team playing, and then still they got to come back and play their own seasons after flying across the world literally. It's tough to do it like
But
that.
we
You
all
kinda
know
have
in
to keep it like
sports
that.
where money is, it's a way to do it.
Yeah, but
It's
it's
just-
just you're asking a lot of the
athletes.
We just put guys in a bubble.
This really wasn't what I wanted to talk about, but I agree with you. It is.
It's
Well, how
just
often
tough.
do we talk about soccer?
Yeah, I know, but I want.
And
to
then
talk
when's
about
the next time we're
bigger
going to
topic.
talk about soccer?
It's fine.
So-
It's tough. It doesn't make sense like logistically. Their seasons work on different schedules. Like like,
I'm not even talking about Messi no more. I get why he's not.
No. That's what I'm trying to
Messi.
tell you. Like the North American seasons work on like a different time of the year than the other English seasons. So to try to put them all in a tournament together would be even a more around the clock schedule than they already play, like more than any other sport.
So they don't play in the same seasons.
That's what I just said. Their seasons work on
Well, yeah,
different
then
schedules.
it's nothing really else to say. Then that's logistically why it's
so
just
there's
impossible because
There's a
different
lot of
schedules.
stuff like that. But yeah, Messi on the block. A lot of teams involved. Man City,
What do you
Frankie
think?
Lampard.
Like, right away, what do you really think, Jake? Like, where do you think he lands right away?
I honestly feel like I mean I want to stick to this gun. I feel like Man City is going to shift the money around because I mean it's tough for them right now. They've been saying that they have to shift and shift money and really crunch their numbers to even make an offer big enough to get him because they already have such a all-star level team with so many great players. They already fork out a ton of dough.
They did say they're rebuilding a lot this year. That's why I think it's so possible. Like if
Yeah,
they're already
I mean,
in sell mode, like to
their
sell and
coach is
redo
Pep
shit,
Guardiola.
like
they had a so much success together. I think that's where Leo really wants to play. So I feel like he's probably telling him like, look, man, if you can make it happen, I would be down. A friend of ours made a really good point about he misses the rivalry with Ronaldo. So I think 1A is whatever Juve's highest competition is over there right now, which I believe is Inter.
Inter. It's got to be Inter right now.
So I think they also have a great inside track at it because, I mean, he's a competitor of the top level, and he's been thirsty.
Still so
for
much
that
juice,
again. Well, that's 1 and 1A. B would be PSG because they have his buddy Neymar, and they're a good team. They got the young kid Mbappe. The thing that I think that worries me with that is the competition. Like I just said, he's a competitor and he wants to compete like that. That league doesn't have top to bottom competition like Italy would have, or England for that matter. So I don't know if you do that. I will say I know it's known that Messi doesn't like Chelsea a lot, but Frank Lampard does have the silver tongue right now, and he got Havertz, and he's trying to get another guy.
You got Werner to come.
Timo said he came because of him. He's got the silver tongue with the germs. I think he's got he's got a shot at it. It's not the biggest shot, but I mean, we're a team that's never been really too scared to spend money. So I'm stoked. It had me giddy today when I hopped on. I was giddy after getting that we're in the race, man.
That's always good. I don't know. I just want to see him go to. Oh, there's that ambulance. Been waiting for it. I just want to see him go to England. I like to see these type of guys play at the best, and I think England's the best team, top to bottom. So, like, I wanted Ronaldo to come back to England too. I mean, obviously for reasons because he was linked to coming back to United. But like, regardless, I'd like to see him go to England. I'd really like to see Messi go to England and then Ronaldo leave Juve because they're blowing it up over there anyway, and then them both end up in England as their last run at greatness. That would be really cool. Big long shot, but I would lean that he ends up in England with the competition over there. That's where I would lean early.
You got to scrape together big money out of nowhere. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff.
I couldn't believe it when I saw the report today. It's so funny that because the new coach, like that he came in and pressed Messi, and that fool was like, late.
Stupid. What the hell? I'm leaning on Messi. Other than that news that had me get today, things I've been watching was I got geeked for DC Fandom this weekend.
Oh, here we go with the comics again.
I finally got good ones to bring to the table that I think everybody's gonna like. New Batman trailer. I thought they killed it. I've been telling everybody Robert P. is a good actor. You gotta give him a chance. But the one that really had me stoked was Static Shock. Terrence has been preaching it for like literally fucking 5 years.
10 years, like since we were nerding out on shit.
Static Shock movie, live action and stuff. And it's in the mix. They didn't release like they got an actor or this, but Static Shock. And then they also did Black Adam, which I believe is going to be played by Dwayne The Rock Johnson, which is really cool. DC Fandom really nailed it with some really cool content and some live action television shows. There's going to be a series on HBO Max that leads up to the Batman movie with Robert Pattinson, which is like the series is year 1 Batman. The movie's going to be year 2. The villains look great. I am worried about overkill on characters. We got Colin Farrell as the Penguin. I got the Riddler in there. I got Catwoman by Zoe Kravitz, plus Batman.
I don't want there to be too many characters and we can't get a good story out of it. But I'm excited, man. That freaking preview was out of this world good,
Yeah,
man. It
the
looked
trailer
dark.
was a
It
banger.
looked so dark, and I just.
I
feel
think
like
it's dope that they have so many different villains and stars in
Same.
it because it just shows that they have a plan to actually have a storyline in multiple movies.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, right. That's what I thought was that. Okay, we're probably gonna get like 2 movies at minimum out of this, which is dope. I just was worried, like, don't give me so many characters that we get away from a good story. But I'm juiced, man. I thought DC Fandom was like a knockout, like an out of the park. A couple video games dropped that are coming out. A Superman game looked good, and then Gotham Knights also looked great. Where you're playing a game in Gotham, you can't even play as Batman. Batman is gone, and you're playing as either Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, and I can't think of the last guy's name right now. He looked like Deadpool. That was the only bummer. I was like, you don't even look like you're in this universe. But I was stoked about all that. DC Fandom is what I've been watching all week.
Yeah. So who do we want to see play Static Shock then? Like, is there an actor out there that we're thinking?
I haven't even thought that close ahead.
Michael B. Jordan?
Yeah, I'm like, Michael B. Jordan's good.
Twin stuff right there. Banger.
Everything he's ever done, Michael B. Jordan is awesome. So, yeah.
I thought that too. He's like a young looking actor. I think that could possibly pull it off. But maybe even someone younger than him, you know, like an up and coming guy might be a good role.
For what movie?
We're saying this to play Static Shock
No.
because they haven't announced like the actor
No.
yet. So I was
Not
like,
Michael B. Jordan. No.
well, you think like someone younger? Is he too old?
No, I just don't think that's his role for him.
Yeah.
I don't want him in that Static Shock role.
That's funny. Me and Jacob definitely like twinned it.
I just
Michael
thought
B.
like,
Jordan?
he's just good at everything he's ever done. And I was like, killed it as Killmonger in Black Panther. So I was like,
I want somebody. I wouldn't mind like a low key actor. And
That's what I said. Maybe like
a coming up guy.
And he better have dreads. I don't want none of this fucking
No, he's gonna have
commercial
dreads.
style shit where they cut his hair. Even though the original Static Shock from the cartoon, I mean not the cartoon, from the comic book, he does have a fade. He looks like Chance the Rapper, but it's like a Black Panther hat on, like it's like an X, but it looks like Chance's hat. But he looks just like Chance the Rapper. It's funny.
That is funny. I started Last Chance U finally. I finished Ozark. Wow. Told you guys that. Whoa. Very last thing you see in that series. Wow. Crazy. But Last Chance U, I like the new coach, man. I had people in my inbox telling me like this new coach isn't as good as the previous Last Chance U. I dig him, dude. He's like a lover. Like that's what I like. Like Buddy is the first
He's
coach.
the best coach that they've had.
I'm
Like,
thinking as far as coaches go.
No, Buddy was the best coach. Like winning wise, that man was just a winner.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
this coach is like a guy that you would actually want to play for. 'cause
Yeah.
he's not an
I would
asshole.
feel safe that my son went and played for him type guy, you know?
But if I want my son to get out, you haven't seen his ass at that Tennessee school. They was out there getting kids out.
Yeah, Buddy with the Mississippi school was good. And then Jason Williams was just a maniac. Great for television. Jason Brown. Jason Brown was just great for television. He was a complete psychopath and monster, but he was hilarious for television. That was the Independence coach. But I love the new coach, man. Like he's like a lover. Like he's about
Only
like
gets 1 year though.
yeah.
Because they're going to basketball.
Yeah, which is a bummer. But like I like the different dynamic. The first two guys were so similar, like very hard-nosed, typical, you know, football coaches that you envision, just like scream at you all the time and get crazy. And yeah, the new Coach Beam does have that. Every football coach has the scream in them.
It was cool to see that it was Laney because like I went to school right out there. Laney High was in our conference. Like that. I mean, Laney College was in our conference. They just didn't have a basketball team, but every other sport they was in our conference. That shit was crazy to see.
It was
Laney.
cool. I'm into that. I'm a few episodes into that. It's good. I really like it, and it's a different dynamic. Like California JUCO, they don't have any dorms. Like they have like a lot of these guys are working. One dude's working at Wingstop at
That's
night.
why that story's so cool. Like
guys have Uber
I was like,
jobs,
damn, that was me in college. Like shacking up with my roommate and with my teammates because we have no idea how to do this, and it's no on-campus housing. Some schools have team houses. Like Antelope Valley College used to have a team house.
Mm-hmm.
That shit got shut down.
Yeah.
And most teams, most of their team houses end up losing it because people are stupid and we're
Yeah.
kids, man. And ain't no regulations in them damn team houses. But it was cool to see that, like you said, in California, there's no housing for these people, so these guys are just out here.
Dudes were
literally just
traveling
out
like
here
2
sometimes.
hours to school, and they're getting up at the crack of dawn to go to school, practice school, and then come back home and do it all over again. Work at night, like do it all over again the next day. It's, I like the different dynamic to the season. So
Did you finish it?
I haven't. No, I'm only a few. I'm like in the middle.
did
I'm
you
halfway
watch?
through episode 3 right now.
Oh no, you don't watch it. Get out of here. I forgot you don't.
I know. Hey,
Jacob's
man,
son needs
I
to go
didn't
see
say-
Buddy. Like, what?
Hey, I haven't said a word during it. I'm not in on it. I don't know. I'd let you.
He's
I'd let
watching
We're
Star Wars.
pressing
Just
you to
focus.
watch it, dude.
Yeah,
Now
right.
enjoy your Star Wars.
You know,
Enjoy.
I was watching the Clone Wars the other day again.
Yeah.
I love
Football just gets me so hyped up, dude. Like,
He's like, football? Nope. Sign me up for Clone Wars.
the inside, like the behind the scenes footage of football gets me so fired up on my couch. Like, it's unbelievable. It's Hard Knocks does the same thing to me.
Yeah, I
Like,
was gonna say I watch Hard Knocks every year though. It's my favorite. I love
the behind the scenes shit is so tight. Like, just it gets you so when you're inside like the pregame huddle type stuff and the coach is going nuts and shit. Like, it just gets me fired up, dude.
Man,
I dig it.
football, that's a tough game to play, man.
Man.
I hated practice. Football practice was ass. The games was fun, but the practice sucked, man. Games are fun though, but that's in any sport. All the
Yeah.
games are fun in any sport.
Would you guys do anything special for Mamba Day yesterday? Shout out Mamba Day. I didn't want to go this episode without shouting that out.
I do want to say I
to the
copped.
legend.
I did hit on a raffle, so I did cop some of the Mambas.
Sneakers app, bless you.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Shut
is crazy
up.
because everybody was in my shit pissed, Terrence. Pissed.
Damn,
off.
you are a
Okay,
lucky
dog.
one, dude. That is congrats. That's like a congrat. I feel like that's like you getting married or something. Like, congratulations, my guy. Like, oh my god.
I hit on the sneakers app. Everybody was pissed. All I saw was people like pissed. Oh, I didn't get it again. I didn't get it. And then Terrence is like, yeah, you know what?
Yeah, you did.
And Terrence is like, well, I got that shit. So,
Bro, it's a shame too the way they do it with the reseller stuff. Like, I don't want to get too deep into it, but it's like
Oh,
it
that
totally,
shit's horrible.
man, it totally takes away from like the essence of this stuff. Like, it's just
I don't get why Nike did this though. They shouldn't have did such limited stuff so the resellers could do this. Because it's like I looked online. If I did want to resell these Kobe's right now, they're going for like 1,100. It's like like, bro, that's stupid. And the longer you wait, those shoes are just gonna go up more and more. The jersey's going for 800 right now. Like, people, resellers in that whole game is trash, dude. Like, I've been a part of the shoe culture as long as I can remember. I used to camp
As long
out
as I've
for
known you.
shoes. Like, I used to camp out, and I think that's how all shoe releases should be. Personally, is go back to the old days, even though it was fucking dangerous. Side note, I was like 15 years old sleeping outside of a fucking store. God, shout out to my mama. But that's a different story. But I'm just saying, like, all that shit, it just, the culture is just so watered down now. You got all these bots being able to just buy shoes at fucking 10 pairs of shoes at once. It's like, man, what is that? Where's the fun in that? Where's the fun in it? Where's the principle? Where's the integrity? Where's all the cool shit?
oh, man,
All the cool
out
shit.
the window. I
Not cool
can't
no
stand
more.
it.
We're just lame.
I
Yeah,
don't buy shoes. So,
for
I mean,
sure.
I get why you guys are mad, but I don't buy shoes like that. I don't fucking know, dude.
yeah, but it's like like
Go
Terrence said,
watch
the
Clone
principle.
Wars, dude.
You know, I was thinking about Terrence was like, I remember waiting out the store to get the shoes, and I'm like, the last time I waited out
Oh,
for,
no.
for a midnight release was we used to go and wait for the midnight Call of Duty and Gears of War and play tournaments. We go there and play tournaments from fucking 9 to midnight and wait for them.
Hey, I do remember one time I pulled up to Jacob at a Call of Duty tournament, and that fool was like into the next rounds and stuff. I pulled up and I'm like, "What's up with him?" My dad's like, "This fool's moving on." I'm like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Yo, sick."
Pops
I was
was
like,
there. That's
"No
funny.
way." Yeah, I
Drop
pulled
me
up
off. I didn't
late.
drive yet. I don't even
Yeah.
think I drove yet.
I pulled up late. I think someone dropped me off after baseball practice or something, and Jake was in there inside the. It was like
man,
it wasn't
it was
even
like-
a GameStop, was it?
Are we rolling in the Mustang
It
at
was
this
like a
point?
different. It was like a
Is Pops
like a
pushing the
family-owned-
Mustang?
No, this is well before the Mustang. Pops probably dropped me off, and
shit.
we had a mountain.
Jake was probably 15.
Yeah, and I think it was like 5 rounds, and it was like me, Marcos is in there, and a couple other homies, and I think it was like 5 rounds, and I got through the first 2 rounds, and I got bumped out at like round 3.
How far
or
did Marcos
5.
make it?
He might have won it honestly, or he got to the final round or something. Him and Tim went deep. They went around at least 1 or 2 rounds deeper than me. So, but I was stoked. I just really, my main goal was like, don't embarrass yourself and get knocked out first. round.
Well,
And
how
I
did you
came-
advance? Like, what was the game? Well, I know it's Call of
I
Duty,
think
but what was
I think it was just team deathmatch, and it's like I think it's a lobby of like 4 or 5 of you probably in there, and you got to be like one of the top 2 in the lobby or something like that.
I think it'd be
when
like
it's all done.
three games or something, right?
I don't really remember, dude. It was 15 years ago almost.
11 years ago.
But I do
30.
remember.
Well, it was 12
hey,
years ago.
Thanks for bringing that up, Zach.
Yeah, dude, I showed up
advance.
after the first round, and my dad's like, he moved on, and then I watched this while he moved on to the next, like again. I was like, oh shit! I was like, we're out here.
I do this. Man.
I was like,
I
this
was
guy
stoked.
does
I
this.
was-
I'm
I was
terrible.
stoked,
I was
man.
scared to join the tournament. I was like, I'm not good enough. I'm not doing this shit. Like,
I was like,
Jake's
man,
like,
my
I got
homies-
it.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
homies are doing it. I said,
Step
I'll do
back.
it. Like, let's get in. And I don't know. It's probably like $50 in, or maybe I don't even know how much if you even.
I wonder
had
what
to
the
pay.
pot was to win.
I don't remember. I remember if you did win though, you could play in like bigger tournament after. It was gnarly, dude. I was like, wow, these. But they were.
Oh, so that was like prelims. Oh, that was
Yeah, it
just
was
to
like
get you
a
started.
like a satellite or whatever.
Satellite thing, yeah.
Yeah, before we go, actually, that's what I've been watching on Netflix. Is that whole little video games series that they've had? Going through the progressions of how video games happen.
Oh, I haven't seen
Pretty
this.
cool. Oh yeah, check that out on Netflix. It's called High Score, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
They used to be out
Yeah.
here.
It just showed how like video games originated and how it started and now like the whole gaming community and whatnot. It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Man, that was crazy time, Zach. Oh man, you just sent a rush of nostalgia through my neurons.
Dude, that was crazy. It was right over there by the Buffalo on 10th in the Walmart.
It was like I forget. It was called like a. I forgot what the gaming store was called. It was like a
Game
like,
Crazy?
something like that. Yeah, I don't know.
Low key, it was something like that.
Which store is this?
It was by that. Like, you know where the Buffalo is on 10th? By the Walmart.
Palmdale?
Yeah, in
Palmdale?
Palmdale. There was a little gaming store that was in that little center right now. Right where it's like
Buffalo
a
is.
veterinarian.
Oh, where Buffalo
stuff.
Wild Wings is?
Yeah.
Oh, kind of like where Sam's Club is and everything?
Yeah, but in the Buffalo Wild Wings parking
Oh,
lot.
and that
It's in
Buffalo.
one.
Oh, I have no idea. It was a gaming. Oh,
Yeah, back in the day, there was a
It
little
wasn't a
gaming store in there.
GameStop,
It wasn't a
was like
GameStop,
different-
yeah.
It was a different game store.
Mm-hmm.
Hell
EV
yeah.
games. I used to
Out
get them all.
Yeah. All right, then. All right, real last one. Clippers win tonight? Yes or no?
I
Say
would
it now.
yes.
Live or die by it right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Hell yeah. I'm fired up. I'm ready to say it. Hell yeah.
What does Paul have?
We got this man.
8.
He got at least
Over or under 20?
Under.
I was so nice. I was
Under.
gonna set it at like 16 and a half.
Yeah. I was going to set it at 9. No, I'm just kidding.
20?
I'm gonna go
I'll take
over.
I'll take over 20.
I'll go
You gotta
over.
show up. But this man,
Diesel
I got
guaranteed it.
this man, so we're good. We're good.
Yeah. Pivotal.
They have 77, so they're good. That man's a bucket. Luka Doncic giving you
Yeah.
buckets and that wild ass number.
Shout out John Smith. Oh, you know what? Real quick before we go, I told this to a friend, and I woke up 2 days later, and I feel the same. I'm ready to say it. Luka Doncic over Giannis. Luka Doncic is the next guy. It's not Giannis, and I'm ready
That's
to say
quite
it.
the bomb to just leave. On his feet that
Yeah,
we can't get into
cliffhanger.
right before we leave.
Cliffhanger until next week, dog. We'll get into it next week.
I don't know, man.
The homie
Until
texted me. Shout out John Smith. He said that boy's next up now. Next up now.
I kind of agree with you, and it's.
I
too
kind
much
of
to
agree
dive
too,
in-
but I still think
Yeah.
like
it's too
Giannis
much
is
to
right
dive
there.
into
Like,
right now.
Yeah,
That's a cliffhanger for next week for sure. We got to get into
yeah.
that next week.
We'll get into
Is
that
there-
next week.
it's the other
Okay.
team,
Yeah.
Mamba forever.